What the fuck?
What is this? This sounds like the music. This sounds like the music we'll play before the show to test our connection to YouTube. You know, record this. Record this right
Can we get put back on hold?
I want this play on the next show. This is the new intro to the podcast, y'all, right here.
What the fuck?
What is this? This sounds like the music. This sounds like the music we'll play before the show to test our connection to YouTube. You know, record this. Record this right here.
Can we get put back on hold?
I want this play on the next show. This is the new intro to the podcast, y'all, right here.
What the fuck?
What is this? This sounds like the music. This sounds like the music we'll play before the show to test our connection to YouTube.
What the fuck?
What is this? This sounds like the music. This sounds like the music we'll play before the show to test our connection to YouTube. You know, record this. Record this right here.
Can we get put back on hold?
I want this play on the next show. This is the new intro to the podcast, y'all, right here.
What the fuck?
What is this? This sounds like.
What the fuck?
What is this? This sounds like the music. This sounds like the music we'll play before the show to test our connection to YouTube. You know, record this. Record this right here.
Can we get put back on hold?
I want this play on the next show. This is the new intro to the podcast, y'all, right here.
Listening to the Secret Box.
Oh shit alert, Louis clothes, calling women sisters, Louboutins and Gucci shows.
Yo,
I guess that goes my Louis show.
yo, I know. Apologies. Excuse me to our YouTube listeners right now. We were working on some stuff, man. I know we're running late, and we got that thing on a loop. But anyway, we are here, episode 123. It is a beautiful day here in Detroit. I don't know about anywhere else. He's playing it again. Anyway, it's a nice day, beautiful day here in Detroit, man. Spring has finally decided to show its face. It's funny because me and Jumpman on the same theme today. We felt patriotic today. We got our red, white, and blue on. He has his Olympics on. I have my, I don't even know what I got on today. Oh, my Bo Jackson. Which colorway? I don't know. I just know it's red, white, and blue. I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, long story short, let's go ahead and introduce the people who are in the studio here on time today. Of course, you already know who I am. I am the African Caesar.
All hail Caesar, Emperor of Rome, monarch of the Roman Empire, ruler of the world. Hail Caesar!
I never get tired of that. And of course, we got my man, fresh from Phoenix, big broad in the room.
On myself for last weekend.
Hey man, it shit happens. And then of course, we got my main man, Francis 313.
Lighten up, Francis.
Hello.
There's no WrestleMania today, so he'll actually be active.
Yep, here I am.
Yes, and he's actually you're on the chat right now, right, for YouTube?
Yes, I'm on YouTube.
Yes. And also make sure to hit us up. We got a lot of topics today that we're going to get into. We got the Scoop 208 situation with the whole scam. We got a bunch of YouTubers. It's real interesting. I wanted to get Jumpman's take on this. Like a bunch of YouTubers that are selling out their entire collections. Just seems to be a recent wave of that. Also, too, Payless is another one of the retailers that are closing up shop. They actually filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. It's crazy. And there's also the story of there was some guy that alleged that there was some backdoor action going on. Pause. At Foot Locker. And come to find out, he may have lied and made it all up.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Also, too, there's something else I want to get into, too. Complex recently came out with their list of the best colorways of every Air Jordan. And I kind of wanted to line that up with Jumpman's versions of the best colorways.
Oh, that's why you asked me.
See, it's always a rhyme and reason. But anyway, in case you didn't know, in case you just stumbled across our podcast on YouTube, this is the Sneaker Box Podcast with Sneaker Bar Detroit, a part of the Crep Protect family. What's the point of spending all that money on your shoes if you're not going to keep them clean long enough to get your money's worth? Practice safe stunting. And go to crepprotect.com and get your shoes some protection. Also, make sure to follow us on social media. You can follow us on Instagram at @thesneakerbox_podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at @thesneakerbox_. And you can follow us on Facebook by simply looking up the Sneaker Box Podcast page. And if you'd like to talk to us on the podcast, you can call us at toll-free 888-799-5267. If anybody's listening right now, because I'm really interested, because I am unfamiliar with the whole situation as far as Scoop 208. If anybody has had any dealings with that or has any information about that, please call in and kind of bring me up to speed. I call myself doing some homework, but, you know, it's limited still. There's only so much time in the day to do a million different things. So if you got any information or any past dealings with Skip 208 and whoever he was going through, that third party, I don't know who it was, please give us a call. Once again, our number is 888-799-5267. Also, what are your thoughts about, you know, the recent wave of YouTubers selling off their entire collections? Would you sell off your entire collection?
I have.
Well, yeah, you've done it. And
Twice.
Twice.
Yep.
So that's another topic. And just kind of give us your thoughts on any other sneaker-related issues that you feel need be spoken on. And in any event, let's get right to it.
The Fab Five.
The Fab Five. The Fab Five.
The Fab Five. Top five.
Saw it in my dreams. 5, 5, 5.
The Sneaker Box Fab 5 releases from the previous week, brought to you by Sneaker Legends, Detroit's newest sneaker spot. Missed out on your favorite sneaker release? No problem. Just make your way down to the store located at 1033 Howard Street in Dearborn, Michigan. Or, if you don't live in the Metro Detroit area, you can look up the inventory of the latest and greatest sneakers on their website at sneakerlegends.com. They sell them for good prices. They're not charging your arm and a leg. You ain't got to forego your mortgage or your car note in order to get a pair of shoes. They sell them for decent prices. And as far as I know, they're legit.
For what's sitting in front of you.
Yes.
You know,
They assist. This was like a Steve Nash assist right here.
real cool enough.
John Stockton.
Cool.
In case you guys don't know, I think I bitched about the last show that I wasn't able to get the Royal Ones. Well, Sneaker Legends, Big Bro came through, and we're able to secure me a pair. I'm opening the box right now for the first time. Of the these are nice. The Royal Ones. My Royal, you know what? My one collection is pretty dope, especially for a size 15. I know I sound like I'm bragging right now, but it is.
It's impressive for a size 15.
It is. I love the fact that I got to qualify it for a size 15.
Yeah.
But no, these are nice. I like these, and that blue does pop. That blue just stands out.
That tumbled is mean.
It is. I wish the red popped out more on the breads. On the black bands. He shot me a look. Like, get it together.
Stop that.
Oh, shit. But these are nice.
But that's funny how people catch themselves when they say that B word. I mean, if that's what you say.
It is a 4-letter word. I mean, it is literally.
If that's what you say, that's what you say. I just, you know. But you know, there's a lot of stories behind these Royals, you know, with some people having tumbled on one shoe, not on the other. Then the 3 different ways the laces came, and it's just so
that's
many.
what I had. I noticed that on my top 3s, that the leather on one of my toe caps or boxes rather was different than on another top 3 that was around. So I was like, It was really bizarre that that came out like that.
You know what? Before we get into the top 5, to the Fab 5, we're gonna get to that in a minute. But you know what? Since JB looked out for me, and this is something that is true, I really, really wanted to get him a pair of shoes for his 1,000th shoe.
100% true.
Yeah, that's 100%. Because me and Francis were like going
were scheming
crazy
for a while.
And initially, I was trying to go after JB's shoe that he wore in college, which was the Nike 3/4 Skyforce.
I believe that's what it was.
That's what it was, right? Am I correct? actually got a hold. Shout out to MJL23 Dan. He assisted on that one. Found some guy in Germany. For whatever reason, he was scared as shit to send the shoes to the States. He was like, I'm only sending them to Germany. And I'm like, dude, PayPal is PayPal. Like, if I do something, like I even offered to pay him double. Like, look, I just want to get these shoes. I'll give you double for your problems, for whatever you got to go through, because he said he had to pay extra for Lord knows what. And then he said something to the effect of, well, if it goes through customs, they can hold it and not give them back. And I'm like, well, PayPal will give you back your money.
Yeah.
Go through this whole thing.
It's really strange when a German doesn't trust an American.
Exactly. That is, you talk about ironic. and so, anyway, long story short, he ends up like a whole week of us going back and forth, and he just decides at the last minute not to do it. So I'm like, okay. And at this point, Jumpman went from like 964 to 998.
It happened really fast.
Yeah, it was like in the span of like 9 days.
He pushed our crunch clock up really quick.
You talk about the wave of people getting rid of collections. Jumpman is just like adding to it. So anyway, long story short, I really wanted to save it for the 1,000 shoe, and I had like a shout out to James Silva, Looksy Designs, because they actually making you a box for your 1,000 shoe.
Oh, sweet.
So that's gonna be dope. But since I wasn't able to get it for your 1,000 shoe, and I'm not gonna wait for the box because Lord knows when that's gonna come in, I wanted to give them to you today.
What number are you on now, JB?
I'm on 1,007.
Ooh! Damn. Everybody collectively, no matter where you at, just ooh towards the direction of Detroit. So
and I'll speak on this selling thing, because ever since the 3 people that I've heard of, 2 of which I know and have conversations with, Hess and Fomer, I know both of them personally. I have not reached out to them. It's whatever they want to do, I support them. But my situation is different than everybody else's, in my opinion. A lot of my shoes are rare, older shoes, or shoes that are not easily able to be found, especially in size 13, 14. So there are talks and works of a museum for not only my shoes, but memorabilia, Wheaties boxes, and all of that.
Right.
That alone is why I'm holding on to my things. It's not that I'm trying to get to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. It is a collection. It is a history of things, jerseys. I mean, it's everything. Anybody that's been to my house or seen some of the videos, they know that it's not just about the shoes. So I'm not new. 95% of what I have, I bought.
Right.
You know, a lot of shoes that people have, you know, they've either worked with companies. Yeah, Champs has sent me some. That's why I say 95%. I have received some gifts, but the majority of my shoes were purchased, and it's a history thing with me, and it's always been a goal of mine to have it in a museum type setting.
Right.
So that's my take. I'm not selling them. I've got like 75 people that ask me that, especially on my latest YouTube videos. Are you selling yours? Please don't sell yours. Blase, spleef.
Right.
I'm not. So that's that.
I still need to see the basement. So
I know. Yeah, Francis is like the one person.
I haven't.
Right. Shout out to MJ. MJ just came through.
Lulu got to see her one day, and she was like, I said, I got to go to work now. And, you know, there's like, you just have to come back. You get something you can't see in one visit is what.
I feel like I got to buy special shoes to come. Like, it's got to be a special pair of Jordans.
People want to take their shoes off or whatever. That was just for the winter time when it was snow and ice. But, I mean, it's a house, man.
Real quick before I forget, I like your shirt.
Thank you so much.
And you changed the color in your hair, didn't you?
Yeah.
I see. I pick up on things.
Man, that's borderline stalking.
It is.
Blood whistle again.
Put too short on you.
I can't help it that I'm popular.
I'm just gonna call her and just be breathing heavy on the other thing.
You're gonna get shot.
But no, here's the thing.
What the hell is really going on?
Jumpman he just mentioned it. You know, 95% of shoes he bought. Well, count this in the 5% of the shoes you didn't buy. There are a couple of shoes that I get to tease Jumpman with because he doesn't have. There's only a couple,
man,
right? Yeah. So I get to mess with him. So I searched high and low for one of the shoes that I know that he really, really wanted. This is This is
major.
Yeah, this is major.
Whoa.
Is this just to make him jealous type? What are you doing?
Nah, like I'm showing him.
Helping him out.
Yeah, I'm helping
Okay.
him out.
He already made me jealous when he slapped that black and gold.
Yeah, we know.
I mean,
You should have seen his
he
face
had it
when I'm
so
about to-
far across the table, it was in my face.
He didn't want to look up at me the whole time. I got a picture. Jumpman's like this, just staring out the paper the whole time.
This guy really gonna do this to me.
Yeah, so, Jumpman has a long history, and so there's some shoes that he's really been wanting to go after. So I got him a pair today. So, big bro, I love you. There's a lot of history behind this shoe.
Man, what the heck you?
Yo,
Shout out to
D.
JB.
Frank. Man, D. Frank, he got these fly swatter boys.
Anybody that's been listening
Man, head to the
Anybody that's been listening since the basement, y'all know this shoe has a lot of history on this show.
1007 right there.
2007.
Yeah.
Shitting me! You can't keep me cooped up.
Calm down, JB.
The fly swatter boy.
You gotta let me fly!
Yeah, you gonna do a lot of flying in those. JB, you can just say you don't like them. You gotta destroy the studio.
Faux Lab, ugly one.
I got the teal ones too. Like I didn't get the gray ones.
Yeah,
that
you
could have
should.
passed. Is okay.
You got something that people can't help but notice when
Yeah.
I wear them.
Shout out to JB.
But you know what? I'm gonna rock these boys
Bet.
because that's how I do. I'm gonna rock.
It's only taking like 2.5 years.
When I do
right?
the video, I'm gonna have a fly swatter with me.
I wonder how many flies you're gonna smash. with
D.
those.
Frank, you got to see this, bro.
Yes.
Man, you got to see this. Man,
Yeah,
we made so many jokes.
No, I know, man. That was like a year's worth of abuse that Jordan Brand took based on that
think
one
like 20 shows.
shoe. Dog, at least. And that thing would forever live in infamy on this show because it was
Appreciate
like
it, though.
Hey,
That's,
no
that's that
problem.
one. That's that one.
I like if I couldn't get the college joints, I had to get another shoe that had some type of sentimental value. So we started off the show clowning that shoe.
This will definitely be remembered.
Yeah.
There ain't no question about that one.
But so anyway, let's get back to these Fab Five. We
Yes,
just like
We
completely
just
fine.
jumped all over the place.
I know, right? All right.
worth it.
So yeah, it was worth it. All right. So number 5, we have the Haven Special Edition Adidas Ultra Boost Triple Black. The global release dropped this week. I've seen a lot of people go after those. I'm in a lot of Facebook groups, and a lot of people were able to purchase these. They dope though. I like the look of the shoe. It's not a matte black finish. It's like but it's not like a metallic black either. It has like a polished, like vinyl look to it. I think that's why I like it, especially that midsole. Usually Boost comes in white, so when they come in different colors, it piques my interest too. They didn't make my size, but if they did, I probably would have went after these. Number 4, another dope shoe. We got the Commonwealth Special Edition Asics Gel Light 5 Couture. Definitely a dope. I love that
like
cream.
those.
Those are nice.
Those are
I
clean.
like those.
Very clean. I don't know where those dropped though.
probably overseas.
Yeah, they were probably strictly overseas.
That design is dope.
Yeah, that design. Yes.
Does Commonwealth have stores overseas?
Oh, they're here?
Commonwealth is a store here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought I was overseas.
Yeah.
Okay,
Celebrates New Philippines.
The new Philippines store. Okay, yeah. So they just opened up a store in the Philippines.
Yeah, I think this was I want to say Pusha T has some stake in the store or did at some point.
Okay.
They're out of Virginia. Commonwealth is it's a great store.
Okay, these are a dope shoe. I love that. I think you could put like a cream colorway in any shoe and it'll work. For the most part.
For the most part.
Preference it. Number 3, we got the Nike PG1 EYBL. This joint is pretty nice too. I'm not a big fan of pink on shoes, but this works for me for some reason.
That's swooshes.
Yeah, I think the swoosh kind of does
That's
it.
dope. That's dope.
It got like a Miami vibe to it,
South Beach color.
I like
Yeah.
those speckles, the breakup of the speckles on
Oh,
the
yeah.
mud guard down in the midsole as well.
Right, and then that tongue is that a booty? Like, inside, like
It
whatever.
looks like it.
Yeah, I like that. I like that booty. What does EYBL stand for again? Hold on. I'm trying to look up information as we go. Oh, the Elite Youth Basketball League. So every year they come out with that. They either come out with the EYBL joints or they come out with the what's the one in Paris?
The Quay?
Yeah, the K54. Mm-hmm. They always
Quay.
come out. Is it Quay?
Quay.
Quay? K? Quay? Well, that's America. I'm going to say K. Number 2, we have the Air Jordan Retro 13 Low Brave Blue. I love these. I didn't go after them because we got a trip coming up. So, priorities.
And MJ hit the store. It was only a 5, and I don't know what toes I was cutting off, but it wasn't these.
Oh.
So I most definitely need a 6.
Wow.
Oh, dang, you wasn't able to get these?
Nope.
What? I just knew if anybody between you or JB, it was going to be one.
Oh,
JB, yeah, most
I
definitely.
Oh,
got
you
it.
know JB guy, yeah.
But you know the thing with these, they sent a lot to a lot of stores. They sent few to a lot of stores.
Yeah.
So
Like the
it
Royal
wasn't
ones,
it
yeah.
wasn't a lot of quantity, but a lot of stores got them, and they sold out at Mr. Allen's.
Did they?
You know,
Yeah,
and
somebody
I-
was saying they sold. Somebody said they were still sitting. I was like, okay.
I mean, that's where I had a problem with people, and people just don't read what you say. I said that they sold out at Mr.
Mr.
Allen's.
Allen's, right.
So people say, "No, they still sitting." What are you talking about? Those shoes are sitting. I just said at the one store I was at. I didn't say. And then I asked, how are they doing in your area?
Right.
Well, you take selling out at one spot, meaning they sold out everywhere. I didn't say they sold out in the state of Michigan.
Right.
I said they sold out at Mr. Allen.
People, context people, man. Like, I swear, it
It,
no longer exists.
That 3M on there, right?
Yes, on the.
That 3M was banging. It's just like the OG bang.
Look who just walked in.
You believe
It was on there.
that if you did not have a teacher, you would have learned these 26 alphabets.
Bull in the china shop. He just slamming the chair through the door.
What's up, boy?
Man, he looks. Man, what happened at work? What happened at work today?
One person couldn't work.
Bring that microphone to you. Pull it towards you.
One person couldn't work. Another person had a car accident at 2:30 in the morning.
Put the air quotes up.
They said they didn't go to the hospital, but they couldn't come to work. So then it was busy today. So,
Wow.
And then our regional manager and district manager having a meeting in our mall, and they're gonna come down to the store. So while being short-handed and selling, I had to kind of make sure the store was straight.
Oh yeah, by the way, you just walking in reminded me. We're doing a giveaway. We're giving away another Air Jordan Encyclopedia. I got it in hand right now. So to the first caller, I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. Guru's sitting there shaking his head like, you serious?
He's like, man. He's like, when I'm gonna get mine?
Right.
He said,
Good looking.
man, we needed a picture of that.
I know.
Man.
Guru had this look on his face like, you serious?
Man,
Like,
he looked like he was about
should
to
have heard
flip tables.
You should have heard the initial plan. We're actually going to go through with it.
yeah, we were.
And someone was going to go into the hallway and make a call.
That would have been hilarious.
Oh, man.
The look in your face was priceless, though. I wish we had took a picture of it. Even though Guru, for the most part, has the same face for every emotion.
I was looking down when you said that, and I felt him looking at me, and I looked up, and he just was shaking his head. Like I had something to do with it.
You did. It was Jumpman's idea. Show him what I got you, though.
Oh, man, he got
So,
me some classics, man.
Yeah, I got him some classics, man. Some
He
classic
got me
Air Jordan
some
1s.
classics.
Number 1007.
1007.
He bought them. You ain't gonna wear them.
He said he gonna wear them.
Man, I put on some LeBrons. I got to put these on.
Come on, the LeBrons are better.
You want to start a fight?
I know. He already had a bad day. So
Right.
he-
The range of
so he ready
emotions
to-
Guru just
exactly.
went through.
He ready to go off.
He not in the mood today.
He's like, man, stop it.
I would never do that to you.
All right, let's get to the number one shoe. The elongated drum roll. Wow, that was powerful. I got the Nike Air More Up-Tempo Bulls. I was unable to get those. And I did not know the white part was 3M until somebody posted a picture like a day later. Them boys hard, though.
The
I
part
love 'em.
around like the top.
The white part, yeah, around Air.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, wow, okay. That just added like 5 extra points to it for me. So, yeah, definitely dope. I think last year they came out, I think it was only in GS sizes. Or they came out somewhere else.
There was the white and red that was only what we got in GS.
Yeah. All right, ugliest release of the week.
Super ugly.
Brought to you by the Unboxed app, the best way of uploading and keeping track of your sneaker collections. Don't think you'll need it? Ask an insurance agent or anyone who has lost a collection in an accident or a tragedy. Download the Unboxed app today on iTunes and follow them on Instagram and Twitter at unbox_app. Ugliest release of the week. These, I don't know what these are. The Adidas AW B-Ball. Footwear white, gray, and black. The
Alexander
AW,
Wangs.
yeah. Man, they just took scraps of other popular shoes. Not even popular. I'm not even sure if those came from actual shoes, but they just took scraps of fabric and rubber and Boost and just threw it together and called it a basketball shoe. Guru defenders.
I'm not. It's cool.
I ain't gonna try.
I thought you was gonna try at least.
Nah, it's cool. It's something you wear. I would wear it casually, but it's not something that's like on.
You would wear these casually.
Is there a price?
Yeah, with like some black.
How much is it? $60, man. Get out of here.
That one is way better.
Yeah, because it's black. You're gonna have to see all the details.
The black chinos, like a white button up, something like that, fit the button up.
Oh
like
my God, dude, I can't do
Man,
this.
you can't agree with every shoe because you're thinking about it how it would look on your feet.
Not even just that.
That shoe on your
No,
foot.
some shoes are just ugly.
It look like it's at the DIA.
Some shoes.
He'll look like a movie prop.
Some shoes are just ugly. It don't matter what size you wear. These shoes are just trash. It looks like, imagine if somebody just took parts of other cars and tried to put it on one frame. How do it look like? They got parts from a Neon, from a Prius.
SoleClap said those wangs look like a Lego set.
It do. It does. It does. Whoever does the Lego shoes, it looks like they put this together. This is. I just look at it like this.
With jeans, they look straight.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Is Adidas sign on the tongue upside down?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that explains it. I got like a real...
Everything is off with this shoe, man. I'm sorry.
No,
I just feel like if you don't give people deals, man, you might as well just go ahead and throw me one. See, I don't let people put out trash like this.
One of our listeners, Patron_James, he said he hit me up earlier. Said side note, Caesar's top 5 questionable to say the least. LOL. But he does agree with that the cause fours are trash.
Thank you. I appreciate that. First of all, you ain't have to qualify with all that extra stuff. We could have just said you agree with the cause.
No, I was just make sure the message didn't get skewed. So
Nah. You could have just edited that part out. But no, these are trash, and there's some other shoes. They got some ugly honorable mentions. Alexander Wang, that's his name?
Yes.
Okay, well, he made some skate shoes, too.
Oh, look at that.
That was her, I think. It's a chick, I think.
Oh. No, Alexander Wang.
No, Alexander Wang made these,
Because I saw
too.
another lady named Wang. She was doing dresses, so.
No, this
I saw
right here,
documentary.
Alexander Wang.
Let's see.
I saw a lady doing one of them, too. So.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's Vera Wang.
Yeah.
That's Vera Wang. Okay.
Yeah.
Get it together, Guru. No, yeah, these look like tire treads. Like somebody just took,
They just look like moccasins, pretty much.
yeah, moccasins with like tires on the bottom. Like those big truck tires, like monster truck tires.
Yeah, I mean, you could see influences on the upper from Balenciaga, and because that's where Alexander Wang was the former creative director over there, so it just like ported that terrible upper onto something else.
Right.
But I also, too, I think these had a normal sole with the Saucony logo on it. You'd be like, ooh, let me get those. The pumpkin pie Saucony 6000s.
How much are these?
No.
Yes.
Of the who?
Is a picture of him on foot?
I'm looking right now. Yep.
Oh, look, there they go.
Oh.
Wow.
They look like the lines of the road that tell you when the street about to go the other way.
Telling Jumpman to stay in the lane.
See, there you go. We try to get.
There y'all go again.
I didn't even say that.
By the way, man, I'm not going to sleep.
He took that pass and
purpose.
shot it at the other rim. That's what you just did.
He always looked to shoot that shot, man.
I'm telling you, not because I know how you gonna be on that plane to San Jose, man.
You better hope that you don't sit next to somebody that's just gonna be falling asleep. You fall asleep on their shoulder drooling, because I'm gonna be up every 5 minutes trying to catch y'all.
Man,
Believe me.
nah. Where y'all sitting at? You know,
Don't worry about it. I got a window seat towards the back of the plane so I can shoot my videos and pictures out the window.
I got the aisle seat just because I'm not trying to be like.
Oh, cool.
I heard it was like $20-something more. I thought I saw it on there like.
Yeah, it was only $20. I'm like, pfft. And then I gotta wait for everybody, mama, to get off their seat and get their bag. Like I'm like I'm like in the fourth row.
You really gonna fall asleep in the aisle.
Man, I know. I'm nervous.
You're gonna be gone.
I'm gonna have to change
I
my
will
flight.
say for that LA ticket though, I might save up a couple more ducats and
Now,
get them more
you keep
comfortable.
saying L.A. SneakerCon's not doing L.A. That's Dunk Exchange.
Oh, it's Dunk Exchange LA?
Yeah. SneakerCon's not going to L.A. I verified that with Soul Science.
Oh, they not?
No.
Oh, man, that kind of disappointed me
They're
now.
only doing the Bay Area this year. The Dunk Exchange got that event this year.
I might stay an extra day now, man. Hold on. I gotta soak all that in now. Like, man, I gotta
So
do.
they're not going to L.A.
There's so much disappointment.
I'm staying to Tuesday.
But then we still got Dallas,
Then we got Dallas.
It's coming
Chicago.
out. Chicago.
Man, I'm ready for that.
And then who knows what's coming after that?
Yeah,
Atlanta.
Chicago's be the first sneaker con I'll sell my merchandise at, so I'll be looking forward to that. I got some dope
Your
stuff.
merch. You gotta say merch.
Yeah. Some
You gotta
dope
say
stuff.
merch. That's how the cool people say it.
Some dope stuff coming up.
The guru way. Merch. Stop it.
I know Skip Goes Hard is loving this segment right now. Upcoming events. You got any upcoming events?
Man, it's a lot of them. Yes, sir.
We got one more shoe. Oh, I do have one more shoe. Another ugly honorable mention is the Converse Chuck Taylor All-Star Flyknit Teal. Flyknit works on some things, but it don't work on everything.
On Converse?
Yeah, they threw the Flyknit. Oh, man. Yeah, no, I'm straight.
Oh.
All right. We ready for me?
Jumpman's ready to go.
Yeah, let's
He's
just,
ready to move
just
on.
roll past this one.
Yep.
That's
There
terrible.
it is.
Yeah, that's, man.
You know, that looked like something Show Nuff would wear in The Last Dragon. Y'all might not have seen it. Y'all might be too
that might be
young.
that might be on some people's head.
That looked like something he would wear. Kiss my Converse. April 15th. And we'll start after the music.
It was like wrestling. You know when somebody's out there doing a monologue and then like Stone Cold or somebody interrupts them?
Why did he come out here while I was talking?
Oh, Stone Cold.
Dope Exchange is coming to West Virginia on April the 15th. Let's see here. April 29th, we got SneakerCon in the Bay Area. We all have our tickets, and we will see you there.
Oh, you going?
Yes.
May 14th.
The whole crew going.
Soul Exchange
Except Francis.
Canada in Winnipeg. I'll be there. Shout out to the Soul Exchange Canada crew for having me out there.
We gotta, you know what? Not to interrupt you. We gotta go to Toronto. We got a listener, Mike Sylvans. I don't know if I'm mispronouncing his last name, but he goes by Mag Noodles on Instagram.
Yeah.
He's a wrestler.
Yeah.
And we went last year. Well, I went last year, and he invited us to a wrestling show. It was like ECW. Like,
my interest is peaked.
Yes.
And it's in September this year, I believe.
We might have to go to that.
I take my vacations in September usually.
They always invite me there. I'm telling you, Toronto.
Toronto's that city. It's like New York without all the traffic.
I'm going to Carabana this year too. So
That too.
Yes.
To who?
Carabana.
What is that?
I'm sorry, what?
That's where you get in trouble.
It's like the Carnival that's in Brazil. They kind of have it there in Toronto as well.
Oh, okay.
Every nationality.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're
world,
talking, man. Yeah, I might get in some trouble too. Nope, not there. But yeah, no, he's a wrestler, and so anyway, he's been inviting us for like the longest. And I'm like, yeah, we're going to have to make a trip up there because, I mean, it was dope when we went there. We got to go in the ring, and they had a ladder, man. It was crazy. It was dope.
You like that?
I do.
I do.
I do.
Also, I want to go back. And they got what's the name? Shout out to Mike Rich, too, because I see he did the iFly thing. When, you know, you go in that tunnel and, like, with the windsuit and, like, the big fan.
I've seen that.
They got that in Toronto, too.
There's a weight limit. I tried doing it in
He's
Vegas.
wearing the top three.
Well, yeah, he was wearing the shattered backboards.
Was it?
Yeah.
Share backboards.
Yeah.
In the picture? Oh, okay.
He was wearing the shattered backboards.
Was it Shattered Backboard? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he had on the top threes in the picture I saw.
No,
on his
he was
Instagram.
wearing those, and I think T. Ward was wearing the Champagne Sixes, I believe.
All right.
But no, there is a weight limit?
Yeah, I tried doing it in Vegas, and they're like, no, you're fat.
Okay, well, get your fat ass out of
I
here.
went back to the buffet, and I was like, fuck you guys.
He's crying as he's stuffing, like, rib tips in his mouth.
Shout out to this $7.99 prime rib dinner.
You like that? You like that?
Is that all, y'all?
No. May the 20th. The Kicks for Kids Foundation here in Detroit.
Yep.
So
that
we're
sound
going to do
That
that.
sound about right.
Yeah, so
That sound all right?
That sound about right.
where we at here? May the 27th, out in Denver, the Denver Sneaker Show. Then there's a bunch that's coming up in July and August, and we'll get to those as those get a little bit closer.
I can't wait to go back to two cities, and that's D.C. and Atlanta. Those are my two cities that I can't wait to get back to, and Chicago, but specifically those two cities. But to piggyback on what you were talking about as far as the events, Sneaker Mania 2, Washington, D.C.'s best sneaker show is back at the Washington, D.C. Convention Center on Saturday, April 29th. To purchase tickets for admission and vendors, go to eventbrite.com and search for Sneaker Mania DC. You can also follow them on Instagram for more information at sneakermania_2.
My favorite color.
Uh-oh. All right, so we're going to take a quick
Hey, this is Michael Smith from ESPN, and you're listening to the Sneaker Box Podcast.
Yeah. All right, so we got a number of stories we're going to get into. One of which...
You gotta get used to the interns not being in there.
I know, right? But no, I want to get into a couple of things. One, if anybody has dealt with this scam involving Scoop 208, please call in and enlighten me on what the specifics of the situation is. But from what I can tell, is that he's been involved with a third-party reseller or whatnot for like the longest time, and he was actually an administrator on his Facebook group. And anytime somebody even challenged him on the authenticity of his shoes, the guy would like block that person and, you know, remove them from the group or, you know, whatever. And obviously Scoop would go out on a limb to defend this person. And so anyway, kind of find out this dude was really selling fakes. And so now, since Scoop hitched his wagon to him, now, you know, that makes him look bad. And I think he's talking about selling his collection too, but not like for the same reason that Hess Kicks and Fomer are talking about doing it. I think he's talking about doing it to try to recoup some money to give back to people who bought fakes from this guy. And I think he even started a GoFundMe, from what I heard.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of like, and I think had he not been so bombastic in his defense of this person, I don't think it would have looked as bad. But when you go hard on people for even like questioning whether or not they're authentic, and then, you know what I'm saying, like you going ham on people, and I just think that just add to it. So now people are looking for you to fail, and when you do, they're going to put a hell of a spotlight on your failure.
But there have been people going at that situation as far as him allegedly selling fakes for years.
Right.
But, you know, nobody really brought it to light because of the reputation that Scoop had. I never really followed him, so I don't know him like I know Fomer and Hess, so I don't know the backstory on it because I really didn't follow
Right.
Scoop. But I know that people had mentioned that they had received some fakes from him or whatever.
People have been hitting me up too, like from time to time, like, hey, you know, can you talk about this? But I'm like, I don't know. Like, I never went and bought from Detroit Kicks, and it's funny because I remember two and a half years ago, they reached out and wanted to do some videos and whatnot, and for whatever reason, we never did it, and thank God we didn't. But, you know, and I reached out to Scoop plenty of times to have him on the show and kind of address some of the questions that have been out there, like as far as whether or not he's involved with helping push fakes or sell fakes or whatnot.
What site was that from? Because I've been sitting here trying to pull some stuff
I know
because I have one thing up here.
Well, I know Detroit Kicks was suspect. That's what people were telling me. So I never bought from Detroit Kicks. I don't know.
I'm trying to pull more information up, but I have something here.
Okay.
From a Reddit thread that just says scammed by Sneaker Love, Scoop 208's referred man for Yeezy Zebras, and this was from the end of March.
So it's relatively recent.
Brody Trump, also known as SneakerLove.com, has been caught scamming multiple people with fake Zebras.
Right. And I guess Scoop tried to like reach out to him to like, okay, like what's this? I guess something happened recently where Scoop tried to get some answers, and Brody Trump is his name?
Yes.
Okay, so he just did, I guess he chicken whopped Scoop 208 and just stopped answering phone calls and blocked him or whatever. And Scoop, I guess, never got answers. And so, you know, he's left holding the bag. I mean, but that's the risk you take when you go out there and, like, try to push a certain product or you push a certain reseller. I mean, there's that risk that one day they're going to, I mean, the Closet Collector, I mean, now that dude is like, I don't know where he's at. Once people.
Yeah, we reached out to him in Miami and got some excuses.
Yep.
I mean, I'll come meet you, bro, and didn't hear from him after that. But
nothing. But I mean, that's the risk, and I mean that's why I know for me personally, like, you know, I've shouted out 8 and 9, I've shouted out like different brands. Like I shouted out Sneaker Legends. That's because in my dealings with them, and I haven't heard anything negative about them. They are resellers, but I haven't come across anything that seemed like a fake. I haven't heard any.
Yeah, Haas Vets' consigners very good.
Big Haas, you're right. And so he's extra. I mean, if he even suspects or even thinks that something is suspect, he's not dealing with it.
And he's reached out to me a few times when some Air Force Ones have came into a store.
Yeah.
And I've gone up there and checked them out for him. So even before something, he puts it out on the shelf, if he's suspicious about anything, before he puts his name on anything, he always reaches out to as many people as he can.
Right. I mean, there's two sides to this whole story. I think, I put it like this. I just think on social media it makes it real easy for people to attack because you don't have a face. You got some type of fake weird name that you can give yourself on Twitter, right? Like African Caesar. And, and you know what I'm saying? It's real easy to sit there and say, fuck this person, fuck this, fuck, it's real easy to do that, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't have to face that person. It's, you can type it and then be done with it. I'm more of the line is like, okay, let me get more answers. Let me try to get 100% clarity before I speak my mind on it. Now, like I just said earlier, from the surface, from what I know of the situation, it looks real bad on Scoop because, like I said, you vouched for this person. Not only did you vouch, but you actually attacked people when they questioned them and when they questioned you. You know what I'm saying? I think had he not been so aggressive in, attacking people, questioning his credibility or the other guy's credibility, I don't think it would be as bad. But since you did do that, now people have no sympathy whatsoever for you in this situation. Especially when people got fakes, like they spent their hard-earned money on some fake shoes. Now, of course they're going to want their money back.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the number somebody told me was like $4,000 that he's trying to recoup. And it could be possibly more than that. So, that's another thing. When you put yourself in bed with somebody like that, now you're just as liable as the person that sold the fakes because you actually promoted this person. You got people to actually buy from this person. Mm-hmm. And so that's another risk you take when you put yourself in a position because now people can legitimately sue you, you know what I'm saying, for like damages and yeah. And I don't know if that's not to get boring and go into business, but that's why people create LLCs and things, whatnot, because it causes separation between them. So now you, as the person, as an individual, don't get sued. They sue your company. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know the details. That's why I was interested to see if anybody had any info.
Yeah, I mean, we need, firsthand accounts because I've been, as we've been talking about this, I've been trying to pull up more information on it, and it's just like a rabbit hole that goes down to a website that when I click on it and I look at all products, it says it right here, Yeezy Boost, 350 V2s Black Red UA.
Right.
It says it right on the site.
Right.
So, and this is the rabbit hole I went down from people talking about it on Reddit and saying that it's all coming back to this one site.
Right. Like, I mean, it's a touchy subject. Like, if he knew he was selling fakes and he was just trying to make money, then he deserved everything that's about to happen. If he thought that my man was legit and he flaked on him, I mean, once again, it sucks to be you, but this is why you got to, like, carefully vet who you deal with. Otherwise, you put yourself in this position. And like I said, the way that he attacked people when this question came up is why, I don't think anybody's really rushing to his defense because of that.
I'm going to speak on this real quick. I think I feel like if you're not the person selling the shoes, I think you say, hey, check out this guy, blah, blah, blah. Because the guy you can meet somebody and he can sell real shoes. Mm-hmm. So he's like, okay. Going off my history with him, he has real shoes.
Right.
And then he could find the dude who's selling the shoes, he can find somebody else or want to cut corners now and maximize his profit and start selling fakes.
Right.
So when I tell him, Francis, to go holler at Guy, I'm not tracking his sources or where he's getting his shoes from the time the last shoe I bought from him that was real to the time he gets a fake.
Right.
So I think like you could say, hey, check this guy out, blah, blah, blah. Or if a lot of people say, hey, I think this guy's selling fakes, okay. I hear you guys. I don't think so. My prior dealings with him, I haven't had any fakes,
right.
But let me look into this. And so when you look into this and say, okay, these shoes that you sold people, they are authenticated. This same pair or these pairs that went out have been authenticated. So you have some evidence going forward to the general masses. When you just saying, no, this is my man, I didn't got you got to go about it. I attack everything, not attack, but handle everything like if it was a court process.
Right.
And that's a lot of people don't understand that, and that's how you get tied with this. Because now, with these fake sneakers, they're getting so good, it's almost to the point now where if you're not even selling it, don't even say, hey, I get my shoe from here, and then go at your own risk. Put that disclaimer out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like a lot of people should have took that angle out.
No, I want you. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, from like here on out, or before here on out, I don't want anything I'm buying without a receipt.
Right.
Just like we was at SneakerCon, I asked for the receipt in the box. Like, you got the receipt? Because if you don't, then I really don't want it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But just, be careful and watch what you buy and who you buy it from.
You know, it's interesting, too, because when was that, Fort Lauderdale? Like, it was funny watching her, like, talk to one dude. She was getting some shoes. Because she was telling her stuff about the shoes. He didn't even know. He was like, oh, okay. You can see the look in his face like that.
Also, too, a lot of the guys, they be buying receipts off of people, too. So just
and even
we
even print fake receipts.
Yeah, we live in a world of Photoshop, you know.
Yeah,
and these fakes are getting scary good. I just saw over the weekend. Well, this is the weekend. Actually, like 2 days ago, I saw fake satin ones already.
Oh, okay.
In both the Royals and
straight.
They're numbered too.
They're not coming. I don't even probably want them out of Foot Locker now.
Yeah, there's fake ones out there and they're numbered on the inside.
Straight.
I mean, it's just to the point now. I'm happy I like LeBron, so I don't gotta worry about that. But I probably, but to be honest, to that wave coming, they kind of start doing that. But that's why I got a chance to get the OG stuff. But yeah, it's to the point now. Is either you gotta pay ridiculous high prices now for some of these shoes, or risk it for getting a reasonable price and getting scammed.
Man,
and it's so crazy because the real shoes people call them fake, and the fake shoes people call them real.
Right.
Oh no! This one guy came to my store. Like, oh, man, you sure this is real? I'm like, bro, you see this big old Jordan sign and Nike signs, and you know what I'm saying? All these shoes have suggested retail prices. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing's over here above. Like,
yeah. Well,
everybody knows you never go full retard.
One Leg Lester just said on the YouTube that they were charging or someone got $300 for a Red October receipt when they dropped.
See?
Wow.
And you charging for a receipt.
I'm keeping receipts now, so anybody that wants to contact me for receipts.
I'm saying, you're right. I'm keeping my receipts too.
I was playing.
About to be a market for like sneaker receipts, right? But no, like I agree with you. Like it's just I don't know. I just think because it wasn't like it was one or two people saying, "Hey, I got fakes." There was a loud chorus of people saying they had been getting fakes for a while now. At that point, if I was Scoop, I'd have been like, all right, let me do a real investigation in this, because now my credibility is being, is in jeopardy now because of being attached to you.
But a lot of how he was handling it, from reading like some back and forth on Twitter and other social media, he would block people if they challenged the authenticity of a shoe. So then that just created a further problem. And now that it has gotten to this, it just goes back in a lot of people's minds. This has been going on for a very long time. This is not anything new.
Right.
So he was defending this person
but
for who knows how long.
He did a video, and he seemed sad. Like, it looked like he wanted to cry at one point. Like, I ain't bullshitting. And, he kind of spilled his guts. And, you know what I'm saying, I applaud him for that because he could have just hid and not said anything, closet collector. So
I hope you like prison food and penis.
I don't know if he's going to prison, but like, we had a situation on the show where like somebody like did something suspect that could have put all of our credibility in jeopardy, and I called him out on it.
But it turns out that Buckeye City Soul had a similar incident with some shoes that he purchased, where the GOAT sent him some shoes that
exactly. But this is why I never came out and defended GOAT.
But Gavin has not been proven that he was wrong.
No, no. Let me say this. Yeah, there's a distinction. I did not say GOAT never sold fakes. I said they never sold them to him in that situation. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just because they might have sold Buckeye City sold some doesn't mean that they sold him some, especially when they call him out.
But GOAT made it seem like they don't sell fakes
at all. Well, this is why I never went out and told people to go buy from GOAT. I just said in this situation, somebody was lying. Somebody got called out. Another person had no proof. At that point, I got to go where the evidence takes me.
So I think also going with that too, because when I went down there too, he told me that GOAT sometimes don't catch it. Is that the fact that the fakes are so good? Yeah. It's not like obvious stuff. It's stuff that you really, really have to really dig into to kind of see. And I think this is sad. I just think you have to spend, when you're selling shoes and as the fakes are getting better and better, you have to take money and train your authenticators on what to look for now. Okay, right. They changing this. We need to look for this
Or
now.
be man or woman enough to like say, hey, we got caught slipping and fix the problem. Like GOAT and StockX, I believe I haven't bought from. Well, I bought from GOAT before. I haven't bought from StockX, but I know with GOAT, like if you bought something suspect, you can send it back and get your money back. So there is a process in which it could be remedied. However, I agree with you. They should have some type of training for people that I can't even say the word. Authenticate. Yes, authenticate.
It's pronounced Gordon.
Oh, God damn it. So, I mean, but the whole point is, like, you should definitely do your homework. And like I said, when you got so many people coming at you saying, like, hey, this person is suspect, they selling fakes, it's up to you at that point to say, okay, I'm going to investigate myself because I didn't hitch my wagon to this person. I might go down with the ship with this person because of their bullshit. Let me go ahead and investigate, come out, wherever the evidence comes out and takes you, come out and say it. And that way people can still walk away respecting you because you actually went about it the right way. But when you go out and block people and go at people and laugh at people and attack people, well, nobody's really going to have sympathy for you at this point.
Because it's a lot of arrogance with people.
Nobody wants to be wrong.
That stuff will come back and bite you, especially when you start trying to get people to get in your corner when something happens to you. And you basically crossed these people.
You alienated
in the
everybody.
past.
Yeah.
Now you asking for somebody to support you. That's why you got to treat others the way you want to be treated because you never know who you're going to need one day.
Exactly. In order to get love, you got to show love.
My point, I feel like the sneaker game is almost coming to like an Independence Day point. What is it going to be when the fakes are identical to the real?
That's going to be scary.
That's like what they should do a documentary.
I mean, because fakes have gotten better. I ain't going to lie to you. Fakes have gotten a hell of a lot better than used to be because you used to know. I mean, you ain't even had to be in sneakers to know, okay, don't even look right.
And what's pushing the fake market is the fact that shoes are so hard to get and the reselling prices are so high. They're like, I'm going to grab these. They look just like these. If not, just as better. The boots still bounce. The threading's the same. Like,
right.
It's they feel like no one's going to tell me once I put them on my feet. You don't want to take the insole out. Nobody's going to do that when they're looking at your feet. Oh, you got some Yeezys on. They look dope.
Right.
So I a good friend of mine, a good friend of Burn Rubber. Shout out to AZ Gilmore. He posed a question a while ago that stuck with me when we were talking about fakes. He said, what makes a shoe different if it was made 9 to 5 in Nike's factory? Mm-hmm. If it was still made in that same factory after the factory closed, is that considered fake? If they produced this shoe after hours on the same machines with the same materials and they just sold them?
Well, that's like me asking what's the difference between me driving a Jeep on a test course inside the plant and then driving it out the gate after work. Like, one is stealing and the other one is doing my job.
But will those fake?
But, I mean, yeah. I mean, on some level, yes, because it didn't go through the process that the other shoe went through. Like, you got to go through the quality check. You got to go through the authentication process.
Nike quality checks?
Well, listen, I'm not putting a lot of stock in it.
Nike quality checks got me stuck at the register for 20 minutes trying to match up perfect pairs from people. Not like, no, you serious? This is real life, man. Like, oh, this got glue right here. Oh, man, it's like, bro, the shoes you got on is beat glue, ketchup on. You talking about some glue stains? Either you like it or don't spend your money on it, bro.
I think around 2010 was probably like the worst as far as like shoe quality.
Yes.
Because I remember getting my Flint 13s and I got red everywhere. It's glue. It's red glue everywhere.
Everywhere?
Let me get another 5.5. All of them got the red glue on them. I want a pair, so of course I'm going to buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's terrible. She has beautiful eyes and her hair smells like cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
Loud noises.
Is that how it went down? No, I mean, I agree with you because I threw on my Pro Star 5s yesterday and, like, the leather on those was so stiff. And, like, I mean, those didn't come out in 2010, but I'm just saying quality hasn't been the best with Nike. But I think 2010, 2011 might have been, like, the worst. When did they announce the remaster program? Like, what?
2014.
Yeah, so it had gotten pretty bad at that point. Let me get to this other stuff. There's a sneaker art exhibition at the Limited Edition Gallery in New York. The Limited Edition Gallery is pleased to present the 2017 Art Expo in New York. The exhibition includes artwork celebrating sneaker art, sneaker culture, and the nostalgia that surrounds footwear. The artwork will be on display on April 21st through the 24th at Pier 24. Maybe people in New York know what Pier 24 is. This will be the first event of the year for the Limited Edition Gallery and will feature art by a bunch of people that I can't pronounce. The Limited Edition Gallery has participated in sneaker conventions in the past. Last year, they presented an art show called Farewell Mamba, and sneaker art tribute to Kobe Bryant. The types of fine art featured will range from oil paintings, sneaker illustrations, 3D paintings, photography, and stained glass paintings. The limited edition gallery will be on display at booth number 139, April 21st to the 24th at Pier 94. That's located at 711 12th Avenue in New York City. So if you live in New York, that would be the spot, April 21st to the 24th. Also, too, there is a recent wave of YouTubers selling off their sneaker collections. Most notably, you got Former Simpson, you got Hess Kicks. DJ Dales was thinking about it. And I feel them to, you know what, I do feel them. Especially Hess Kicks, because he's like, man, you know what, I got priorities. You know, I got a wife, I got kids. You know, why have all these sneakers taking up all this space when I can take that money, pay off college, pay off a house, pay off this. So I feel him when he says that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't disagree with his intentions. And then Fomer gave his reasons. He was just like, he was sitting there and just like, I got too many shoes. Like, and, you know.
Comes to that. It comes to that.
Yeah, it gets to that point.
Yeah, I remember I had this moment where I pulled out all my shoes and I sat there like, man, there's too many shoes. I gotta get rid of these. Like, you do have that moment. Jumpman, you never had that moment? He's shaking his head violently like, no. You never had that moment?
I've never had that moment where I feel as though I have too many pairs of shoes.
I ain't gonna lie, I've had that moment.
I just don't. Times. I mean, a lot of, I have 1,007 pair. About 500 of them are probably unwearable or getting to that point where they're unwearable.
Right.
And to me, it's a history of shoes, from team shoes through the numbered shoes, boots, whatever. So a lot of them probably won't get worn, and I have a vision of what I want to do moving forward.
Right.
Okay, and I don't have all of those shoes coming in from all of these companies who give me stuff to review and all of this. I used to get some from Champs every now and then. I haven't got anything from them for about over a year now. So, Mr. Allen's, I pay for my shoes, but thankfully I get to do what I love to do and review them early for people to see what they possibly want to buy. But I mean, growing up, I wore my brother's shoes.
Right.
You know, and I like the fact that I can go down there and put on whatever I want to put on.
Mm-hmm.
I've been blessed with good jobs to be able to do that. So, I mean, I could be smoking cigarettes, I could be drinking, I could be doing a lot of other things with money.
That's crazy that you said
that. You know,
everybody got a habit.
Yeah, that's the same thing I tell my wife.
I'm not going to, I mean, I don't understand it, but if that's what they want to do, those are my guys. I like those guys.
Right.
I have their numbers. I haven't reached out to them. I don't want to know why, because that's what they want to do. Fine, but
I think it was
I'm different. I feel my situation is different from theirs.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think because there was a rumor that like it has something to do with YouTube and like sneaker YouTube dying off and sneaker culture dying off, and that's why they're like jumping ship or something. That was the rumor. I'm not necessarily
depending on who you ask. The sneaker culture's been dying for years.
Exactly.
It's not going anywhere.
No.
It's stupid people in the sneaker culture.
There's stupid people everywhere.
But it's stupid people who are in this and worried about what somebody else is doing or getting.
Yeah.
Calling other people, hey, what are you paying such and such to come do such and such?
Yeah.
Don't you have a family? Mind your own business.
Yeah.
Why are you worried about what somebody else is doing?
But that goes with anything. You always get people worried about other people.
As far as can I answer I never feel like having too many pairs of shoes is enough, because one, if you ever need hard times, they're almost like real estate for your feet.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
and I've been there.
So you can't. That's why you buy shoes. Like I said, like some people smoke weed or drink. I don't have that. I like collecting shoes. I never feel like it's the point where you can't have enough, because at some point in time, your shoes are going to break down. You can't wear them some more. You might lose them, whatever the case may be. As far as the sneaker culture is and where it's heading, I think we need to get back to the basics, and this is why I'm kind of things I'm putting out is that nostalgia. Nostalgia is what created this sneaker culture, and too many people are hype beasts. It was a time where you had your little group of hype beasts, which is cool. Like, okay, you guys are
But it was a small fraction.
But now everybody it's just ridiculous, and then companies are feeding it because hype beasting means free marketing,
hype,
and money opportunity.
Yep.
And that's what hype beast is also creating culture vultures. So it's just like one of my T-shirts I'm gonna have is nostalgia over everything. This nostalgia is the reason why all of us here from different backgrounds are sitting here recording this show every Sunday.
Right.
Because of the connection we have with shoes and sneakers and things of that nature. So I think that's what it is, and these kids don't have no nostalgia. That's why, like I say, I buy my son the shoes I do, so he can have nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? So when my mom calls me and say, hey, he won't put on no other shoes but these LeBrons or these Kobe's, that makes me feel good because, you know, he's going on the right path, and I think that's what it has to be. And I tell kids in my store, like, oh, what are these? These are penny fours. I show them pictures. I show them YouTube videos of penny fours, and they come in with their mom next week and buy the penny fours, an 11-year-old.
Right.
Like, that's my service of duty that I do for the sneaker community, is to kind of steer people in that right way. And I think that's why other shoe sales are plummeted. There's no reason why Blue Phone should be sitting on penny fours or whatever other shoes, or Air Force Ones. You know what I'm saying? Air Force Ones is an 02 to 04 shoe to me. That's when it's at its peak. I got in a car accident. What was the Air Force Ones with the white pink bottom with the flowers on them?
The Sakura and L's.
Yeah, I jumped out of a moving car with those shoes on. My friend to this day said, bro, when you hopped out the car, you was like, my shoes.
Wait, which pair? Hold on.
They were like yeah, very. You know what I'm saying? So those type of things, you know, that's what it's supposed to mean. Not just, nobody wants to put in the groundwork to buy your Team Jordans, your Air Maxes, your Air Forces, your Brons, your Jordans, your foam. Everybody want to grab a pair of Yeezys and say, hey, I'm
some Yeezys on Jordans and call it a day. I agree with you. And that's, you know, it's crazy because if you actually think about it, like, when did this thing actually jump off? Is when me, you, and other people were old enough to buy our own shoes, and we went back and remembered the shoes we weren't able to get. Mm-hmm. And so now that we got money, we buying the shoes.
I think everybody has that.
Yep.
That story. You know, whether it be, which I'm sure, you know, I'm probably the minority in the group. Most of you guys probably seen an athlete play in a specific shoe when you were younger and said, you know, one day I want to buy that shoe.
But as big as you are into sports, you know, I don't think
I mean, I love them. When I used to watch Kobe and LeBron stuff.
But also too, but it also translated back. This is back during the '90s too, when you saw Jamie Foxx wear some and Martin with the pants leg up wearing the steel tins.
Will Smith. Yes. Will Smith was my dude.
Those moments too. It wasn't just that. It was just
Seinfeld.
That's what it was.
Well, like Seinfeld. Like for me, it was always, you know, music. Music is what got me into sneakers.
Well, Boyz II Men rocked the Concord 11s.
I can sit here and like watching, you know, Mace rocking, you know, Bapes back in the day. I was like, man, I need to get a pair of those, you know?
Right.
So, actually, something while you were talking, someone commented on the YouTube. The Soul Clap said, nostalgia is death, though, Guru. Gotta move forwards. 12-year-olds shouldn't be into Jordans. What do you guys say about that?
That's false.
I think...
Yeah, I just wanted to throw that
makes no sense to me because, listen, here's the thing, though. Like, history is history. Like I love how people want to be remembered, but they don't want to take the time to remember people that came before them. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about that. Like, you got to, in order to get that respect, you have to give it. And not to say you have to buy Jordans, but to sit there and dismiss Jordans like, nah, okay, well, that was back then. Now we're into, nah. It doesn't have to be that way. You can choose that, but to sit there and say that kids shouldn't be into Jordans.
I think they should be introduced correctly. And this is why I think when Nike, Adidas have this accountability is the commercials is what set the tone for the sneaker release. The little penny, even LeBron's, when he had the LeBron's and when he was massaging the LeBron 6 on the old girl from the Pussycat Dolls when she was on the couch.
Yeah.
Like, those moments, the Chamber of Fear, those moments is what set the tone for that shoe. Like, okay, this commercial is dope. I got to get it. What made me want to get the Penny 2s is the Penny commercials and the driving on 95 in Orlando. It's on the way to Walt Disney's World for, I think, 96, 97 for Christmas. My mom took me, and the Penny Hardaway little Penny commercial, the billboard was up.
Yeah.
Those would set the tone for shoes. Now with all this accessibility to social media and you can reach people more, there's no way why you don't have no shoe commercials.
Because they don't have to. Because all they got to do is drop a picture a year before the shoes come out and people lose their shit.
That's cool.
Seed it to a few trendsetters a couple months early, and
that's it.
But my thing is that's going to be cool for now, but you got to think down the road.
But they're not because that's the thing though. They're not because everything is so good right now. Nobody thinks the bubble's going to burst. Just like nobody thought the bubble was going to burst in 2009. Hey, we could just keep selling these houses for ridiculous prices, you know, adjustable APRs. Guess what? That shit bursted. Everybody lost their shit, lost their houses, lost everything. People killed themselves because they lost everything. The sneaker bubble, we saw the sneaker bubble with the resellers. Like, it hasn't popped per se, but it's definitely taking a back seat to how it used to be because they dictated. Now, You know, with Nike making like a whole bunch of different shoes, now you can't sell it for a ridiculous price that you were used to selling it.
But raffles have made your mom a reseller.
Yeah.
So that's another thing too. People who not knowing what they're doing and just taking all the pairs and trying to sell them. So they couldn't, instead of 20,000 shoes being able to be bought, or maybe 5,000 being for resale. Now 15,000 of these shoes people trip on us. It's like, you don't even want this shoe. You like 6'5", arguing with me about a size 8. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's where it is. But when the dust settles, you're gonna see who really into the sneakers and who really not.
I mean, I think you know it already though. Like if the only shoes you talk about are Yeezys and Jordans, and you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know, when I got with Sneaker Bar Detroit, it opened my eyes to a lot of shoes that, you know, I didn't necessarily know existed, like Saucony Asics. If I had a choice right now for a brand that like I want to buy like the majority of my shoes from, it'd probably be Asics right now, because I like shoes. I love every shoe that I see come across, almost damn near.
If they made a size 15.
If they made a size 15. Saucony, you know what I'm saying? Like that's another brand. Like I'm forced to buy Jordans because they the main company that makes my size. Nike and Jordan. So like, I mean, I bitched about Reebok. Like I wanted to buy the Reebok Shack Attack, but I couldn't. But I could buy the pennies. So I went and bought the pennies. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all forced me to buy these shoes. Like, but I'm into other shoes. I do my homework.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I appreciate and I like other shoes. That's why, I think earlier on when we first mentioned the topics for today, I mentioned I sold my collection twice already.
Right.
So, right now, majority of my collection is Air Force Ones, and that's probably where I'm going to stay.
Right.
But, I went through the SB phase and, accumulated, a couple hundred of those. And I was like, you know what? I'm getting out of this. They were gone. Before that, I did the runners. I did the Air Maxes.
Right.
And, in retrospect, a lot of those would have, the bubbles would have been busted by now. And I would have been sitting on, 200 busted up ass shoes. So at the point when I sold them, I'm glad I did, because someone else got to appreciate those.
I think if you can honestly answer the question, would you buy sneakers if nobody else was into it, and you could say yes?
Yes.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I buy Air Force Ones. I'm literally buying sneakers that nobody else is into.
I'll let you know that. I'm like in the time capsule. I'm stuck like in the 90s. So.
You are definitely a 90s baby.
But I think too though, how real sneaker friends is that when you're around your friends, certain shoes are rubbing off. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I hit Jumpman up and say, hey, I think about grabbing these Eddie Joneses, and he can appreciate the fact that it's not just a retro to me and I actually know my stuff. Or when I'm looking up and I see a LeBron, the King of Deck Air Force Ones, you know what I'm saying? I can say, hey, Francis, I think these are good price. Or when you guys hit me up and say, hey, I think about grabbing one of these LeBrons. I think that's what make it really interesting, is that back in that day, if you was a true sneakerhead, if your friends could blindfold you and say, which shoe do your friend, if it was like their signature shoe, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this guy has this many pairs of this shoes. Like, if you only can wear one shoe, I know it'll be this shoe or that shoe. So
right.
it doesn't really have that no more. A lot of parents are just spending money instead of introducing them to the culture. You know what I'm saying? So,
but a lot of parents, they probably not into sneakers themselves. Their kids got them into buying it for them, so they're not gonna have that knowledge or that history to drop on them. I think it's incumbent. I think what needs to happen, like real talk, because there's a younger generation and there's an older generation, right? And I think what needs to happen is the younger generation needs to like not be so defensive when people tell them stuff. But at the same time, we need to get out this cranky old man thing where I think there is a segment of people that are so dogmatic and so pious when it comes to sneakers that they almost treat it like a religion. Like if you don't come the right way, then you're not a real sneakerhead. Mm-hmm. And now all that does is build up walls.
This is so unfair.
And so if you got a wall, like anybody trying to talk over a wall or through a wall?
No.
The only way you can break down those walls is if you try to understand the other person. Like if I try to understand the younger people and the younger people try to understand where the older people are coming from. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going to be an asshole as a younger person and you're going to be an asshole as an older person, like, well, you don't really like sneakers because you don't know the history. Okay, well.
I think it's not so much of the cranky old man. Like, yes, it is so. But I think the problem is that if we were stuck on pennies and then everybody's buying Air Force Ones, I can understand that. But whenever everybody's just buying one shoe and not for nostalgia purposes or because they're making it just because it's hot or it's trendy, that's where our cranky old man attitude comes from.
But you got to understand, though, that they doing it because, one, they see these, like in the instance of Jordans, they saw them as status symbols. And that's all they saw them as because they didn't see Jordan play. So they buying it for status symbols, like for that effect. So they're not gonna come with the history and the nostalgia attached to it. That's where we need to come in and say, okay, this is the thing about the Jordan. This is why you should appreciate this shoe. You know, the different colorway, the different models, whatever. But the only way you can do that is if you're approachable. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to come in there, like, just basically, like, wanting to, like, talk down to them, nobody trying to even talk down
I think
to.
nobody talks.
There are some people that talk down.
I just think
a lot of people.
When we come across of it, it's just like when they'll say something like, no, this is how this is, or this is why you should go this route with
For instance, like, everybody's shitting on, like, kid YouTubers right now. And it's like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, they doing kid shit. Like, that's what kids do. They go on YouTube, they do videos, and they talk about why they like this shoe. And it might not be the college lecture that you was expecting. However, this is this kid talking about something that he enjoys she enjoys.
I think it's almost to the point, almost like with rap music, where it's actually sneaker culture and rap music is almost synonymous right now. That the least talented people are the most popular and the most successful, as is the talented people are the least sought after. And I think the same thing that's happening with music.
That's a good point.
Is the same. There's no way where I have to argue with kids that you should listen to It Was Written. They tell me nah because they're listening to Little Uzi last mixtape. Like, are you serious? You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's just like it's almost like that. No, I shouldn't buy a Carmine 6 because I got these OVO 12s on. Like, yo.
But I just think it's because they're like, their knowledge is limited and they wasn't exposed to certain things. And before I go out and attack them, this is me personally, before I go out and attack this person and saying they're wrong and they're this, I'm going to go actually try to talk to that person and then get some insight as to why you do what you do. And then that way I can reach you and then we could talk and maybe I can help facilitate you into adding in some history, some nostalgia into what you do.
I think, but the problem is that these kids now, they have so many voices through Twitter, IG. Before, when we were coming up, you only time you really got to spoke your minds when you were out, you know, with your parents.
Was
like,
grown.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? They have egos now. Like Justin Wynn say, "Hey, put that camera down." His mom, no, it's hypothetically not saying it's like, "Mom, I got 20,000 YouTube subscribers. I gotta do this." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they kind of have to respect it because the success he's having, but it also comes along with the ego. That's a lot of these kids are not approachable because they're stuck in their ways. But I mean, I'm gonna do my part. I can't say, "Oh, you guys wave my stick off the porch," and I'm not coming down to help you in the street.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm gonna, like I said, I can't just complain about if not. That's why I'm trying to offer.
I mean, and some of these dudes, they hustlers. Like, I mean, they putting out like a video a day, and that shit takes work.
Yeah, I mean, they at that age you can, but even with like real life, when you got to pick kids up from school, go to work, and
I mean, but let's be real.
That's why
like, how many
Bostic
people was putting in the work though? Like, even at that age, I wasn't putting in work like that.
I mean, because I couldn't. My mom didn't have $1,000 for me to go get a DSLR camera, or YouTube wasn't as what it is now.
Right.
They just caught.
No, I'm just talking as far as work ethic. No matter what it was, I wasn't putting that much work.
I mean, I feel like kids work towards what they want to. I feel like I have more people like.
Hey, low key, I was trying to make some money, put gas in my car, and get the next Jordans that came out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was it.
But nowadays, kids, I think, because there's more stuff so readily available to at a younger age, more opportunity, so they can make more money. I just think.
Jamie, you look like you want to say something like real bad.
No, I'm just listening because I'll put it like this: the youngsters want to dismiss the older guys in the culture.
Right.
You don't know how many times I hear you too old to be wearing J's. You know, you need to put on some Velcro shoes. You need this. You need that. But then they turn around and want us to support them. It's so many people out here that's the YouTube personalities. I'll put it like that. I'm not a YouTube personality. I don't feel.
Right.
I have 60-something thousand subscribers on my YouTube page. Everybody else is like over 100,000 and above. But those are the people that are like, follow me, click the like, subscribe button, hit that button so you'll get my video whenever it drops. I've never done that. I've never asked people to follow me. Either you're going to follow what I do or not. I'm boring. You talk too slow. You this, you that. I get to the point of the shoe, and I said, I don't have all those theatrics, all these fireworks going off in the background and all of that. And I respect everybody in the game. Mm-hmm. But you look at 3-4 years ago, you had people like myself going to, say, SneakerCon and building displays, and you interacting with people. Now it's gotten to, it's just about blogging.
Yeah.
That's where the younger generation is in, so they feel that the older generation is out.
Right.
Man, I tell you.
But who's the onus on? That's my question though. Like, who's the onus on?
It's on the event organizer.
No, I'm talking about as far as the young and old. Like, I feel like the people with the knowledge and the wisdom, the onus falls on us. To like,
they're not listening to us, but they want us to listen to them. That's my point.
That's the ego. That's where the ego comes in with the younger generation. Even with my own employees, or when customers come in, like these, I'm telling them, hey, what's the dope shoe to play basketball in? I'm telling them why this Paul George, or you should go with this Kobe 11. They're like, nah, that's whatever. They're not just turning away, and they run right over there to like, go about these True Blue 3s. Like, you asked for my opinion, I told you. Then you go directly over to something I never suggested, and you go ask me what's my opinion on it. They just, younger kids don't want to listen.
No, I can't say. I can't see. I don't want to write them all off like that.
It's not all of them.
They listen to what they want to listen to. They're selective listening. Like, I guess it's up to your upbringing too, because I feel like there's some kids who come up here, who come to me and say, "Hey man, I admire your knowledge, whatever it is," and I take that knowledge. I want you to go make it further. I just want you to go about it the right way, so the culture can go the right way. Just like the same thing with the rap game when everybody was using auto-tune. Jay was like, "Hold on now, let's get this back right." And when he dropped Death of Auto-Tune, it got everybody back to rapping, and the culture moved forward.
Right.
I think that's where we at with the sneaker game too. And I want to you got to be able to get their attention, but also while you got their attention, this is what.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, getting their attention. I mean, that's what I mean. Like, relating to them, getting down to their level. It's the only way you can build a bridge is if you know where you coming from and if you know where the other person is coming from. That's the only way you can build a bridge. If you just know where you coming from, like, where that bridge going? It's just gonna be halfway.
I think what me and Bostic may kind of like let you know is that to have this amount of knowledge and nostalgia we have, it almost now you're gonna be at a conflict. I have to dumb down for my audience to
No.
You're gonna have to for them.
Now I'm talking about on an individual level, like when I talk to people, and I'm not talking about in a video.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking like when we go to the shows, like, talking to these people, these individuals, and we're like, okay, like,
But that's once a month, because when you go to SneakerCon, you go there with an open mind because there's so much going on. But when you pass them by or you may see them in the street and they come through my store, you have to get their mind open because they're not really into that. They just when they want to get what's gonna make a vlog hot or whatever.
Like, I'm thinking I met Just Win, Connor, from Connor TV, like talking to him, especially Connor and his dad, like that was dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, okay, like I ain't mad at you, you know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, these people ain't passing themselves off as anything but kids just doing something fun. They're not passing you off as some type of English professor of sneakers or anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if they was trying to pass off themselves as something different, then yeah, I'd be mad.
But I think inside the YouTuber world, like YouTube versus YouTuber, their numbers is what they stand on.
Right.
Just like rappers.
Oh,
So that's where, I got, that ain't nothing. I just, you know what I'm saying? If I never reach 1,000 subscribers, that's cool. But whatever I do, no matter who, they can go back and look at it and say, okay, this is what this is for, or I want to reach as many people as I can and let them do it the right way and how I arrange my videos. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of people don't pay respect. Like when I coming into the game, whoever came before me, like him, I would do a video with him before I cement my own legacy. I say, I want to thank you for cementing it because without you, I couldn't take it this route. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree with you 100%.
A lot of people don't do that.
Right. No, most definitely. I mean, that's when I first reached out to JB. I was like, I was like in high school, like following dude. You know what I'm saying? So, I didn't find you boring. I mean, I was like 18, 17, 18. Like, oh, this is dope. But in any event, we got a caller. But let's get to this. I know White Ranger want to get to this commercial real quick. Well, while he's handling the phones real quick, let me talk about Payless real quick. Callers, please stand on line. I see Julian is there. I think we got another caller. Payless Shoes is filing for bankruptcy. In an article written by Julia Horowitz for CNN.com, Payless Shoe Source has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. It's the latest blow to brick-and-mortar retailers. Online shopping has caused a decline in foot traffic in America's malls, once a mainstay for companies like Payless. The company also announced that it would immediately close 400 stores in the U.S. and Puerto Rico. According to its website, Payless has more than 4,400 stores in over 30 countries. Payless is owned by two private equity groups, which bought Payless in 2012. When Payless is closing, you're in trouble. Like, because Payless, what they sell their shoes for, like, what, $10?
It's, I mean,
But it's all retailers, period. I don't think
that's all it
it's
is. It
indicative.
isn't just, you know,
Online sales have really, I mean,
taken over.
Yeah.
This is my problem. Was not kind of issue, not problem. Issue is that, far as with how the company handles things, it's like, oh, we don't need you no more. Go about your way. I want the Power Rangers movie, right? After they got done building up whatever, they just told them to go hop off the cliff. I think that's where I feel like that's exactly where companies are with the retail. It's like, you taking product to give it to online, cool, but you're gonna come to me like, oh, you guys didn't make your sales week, you didn't make your goal, your UPTs are down. Well, you're taking a product and putting it online, you just close all the stores, save you our time, and go push for online.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's where it is. Or they don't have enough product to give to all the stores, which falls back on the vendors, Nike, Reebok, and Adidas. So when you have, this is a little inside secret, when Jordan makes something limited, it's not that they don't make it. It's, Villa can say, hey, I like those calls. Let me buy 20,000 pair. And they're like, nah, these limited. You look at buy 500 pair. So you got to take 500 a pair, divide them up for 125 stores. Everybody ain't going to get them.
Right.
Or Villa says, you know what? I'm tired of fighting with this store manager or this district manager or who should get them. I'm just going to put them online. Whoever gets to them can get to them.
Right.
I think that's what it is. Instead of if I go to Ann Arbor, only people in my area can shop or get something from Villa. But if I put it online, somebody in Ohio or New York can purchase the item.
But see, I don't know if I'm just old school, but like, I'm the type that gotta have it right then and right now. Like, online was always a fallback for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I can't get them at the store, then I'm going online.
That's what we're dealing with. People are like, man, I gotta go online. It's just like, yep, that's what. And almost the company's almost forcing
you, right?
You got to separate your release date crowd from your everyday crowd.
Right.
And companies like Villa, Foot Locker, else, they think the release date crowd are also going to be the everyday crowd,
That's
the Monday through Friday
week.
crowd. It's like, no, the Monday through Friday person want to get off of work and grab the Air Maxes.
Right.
They want to go online and wait or go to the Snacky Sneakers app.
I live in Harrison Township. I drove all the way to Novi for some shoes. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to have to go online and wait 2 days, 3 days. You know, God forbid they coming from out of the country. Now I got to wait for customs to like decide to like check them and push them through.
Now, when I read this Payless thing, like, was it just the brick and mortars that they're shutting down, or is the company as a whole?
Well, the company as a whole did file for Chapter 11. So I don't know, because I know there's different chapters of bankruptcy that you can file. I don't know what Chapter 11 specifically speaks to, but you know they closing 400 stores. You know, maybe they're just trying to restructure. I don't know.
No, boss. No, they not restructuring.
Oh, they not?
They're closing 400 stores. I doubt it.
Okay.
Well, that's when I read that. A little part of me was upset, was sad by it because
all right, where you gonna get your thong sandals?
Well,
That shoes ain't got no grip. Make you fall and buzz your lip.
Well, that's just the thing too. Is that like someone just commented up here was something that I was thinking of. Is that I remember when my mom used to take me to Payless.
Right.
And
you feel me?
Like I legit I grew up on this stuff. Like my mom didn't have a lot of money growing up.
Right.
So what about like people like that don't have the money to even what's a sale price bottom dollar shoe at Villa? How much is that gonna cost?
Like a cheaper shoe, like a grade school shoe, like a cheaper shoe. We got like the low top ones in grade school for $49.
See,
black and red, Chicago's and Shadows.
Real quick,
low top.
White Ranger just dropped some knowledge on me. So chapter 11 of the bankruptcy code generally provides for reorganization, usually involving a corporation or a partnership. A Chapter 11 debtor, the person who owes, usually proposes a plan of reorganization to keep his business alive and pay creditors over time. People in business or individuals can also seek relief in Chapter 11. I guess they're trying to reorganize their stuff, and just hope they don't follow Sports Authority.
I think also too that was like a ground level as a sneakerhead kid is where you started.
Yeah,
Well,
people laugh at it, but that was your Foot Locker growing up.
Yeah, you started. Hakeem Olajuwon had shoes there, so Shaq eventually had shoes there. But you started with those Spider-Man with the Velcros, or whatever, or even dress shoes for Easter, and you worked your way up. And a lot of kids, like I see a 12-year-old kid get a pair of Yeezys from his dad's. Like when you get that high level shoe that soon up, everything else looks down on you.
And you don't have an appreciation.
And that's where the culture is messing up too.
Also within recent memory, Jeff Staple designed an Airwalk that was designed specifically for Payless within like the last 5 years. And that was a big move.
Right. But let's get to Julian real quick. He's been waiting patiently, like 50 Cent.
Hello?
Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, how you guys doing?
All right.
Good. So yeah, I live in like the southern part of Oregon. Some friends and I are gonna make a trip down to that sneaker con in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was wondering, since this will be my first kind of sneaker event, because there's never really any in Oregon. There's a couple up in Portland like once a year. But I was wondering what some, like do's and don'ts that you've learned at, sneaker conventions or, Dunk Exchange, etc.
Man, I can't think of any do's or don'ts.
I would say if you're going to purchase some things, walk around the tables, do a full lap, as I call it, see where everybody got their prices, keep a couple things in mind, maybe halfway through the show or halfway through your time there, see what they got. I would say sneaker cons from 12 to 7, I would say get there about 3. About from 4:30, you can look around. Another hour or two, you can kill some time. As the show winds down, either people made so much money that whatever they have left, they can like let it go for cheap, or if somebody ain't really sold nothing, they're willing to work a deal with you because they need to make some money, and therefore that's how you can benefit from it too as well. I think for the most part, that's pretty much it. We don't know far as with the Bay Area, like it was in Fort Lauderdale or Miami show, we can kind of tell you a little bit more, but it's going to be our first time as well there too. But those are some of the things as far as looking towards, that's from as a buying standpoint, that's what you could do as well.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only rules I could think of. I mean, because it's kind of open-ended when you get there. Like, it's literally a mass of people either stunting or looking to stunt. And so, like
the trading pit is
the
insane.
trading pit. Yeah, stay away from the trading pit unless you actually have any intention, because that thing turns into a mosh pit. Like, it's just like impossible to navigate at a certain point in the day.
Yeah, so Cleveland was my first sneaker con.
Yeah.
And I unfortunately made my way into the sneaker pit.
Wandered into it.
And holy shit.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Oh, yeah, and get there early too, man. I don't know how early, because every time we get there, like we got there early, like at 10:30, and it was like a line out the door. Damn near, and it was at Cleveland, and even at Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, that's why I told them to get there a little bit afterwards. Everybody gets settled in and things of that nature. Like,
you might want to get there
2
about.
o'clock.
Yeah. Well, you saying get there after the show?
No, I said like 2 or 3.
Wow.
Yeah,
well, after the show starts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that may be the best bet.
Make your rounds. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Definitely make your rounds, and get a gauge if you're looking for something specific. Just see what's there and see what people are charging. You know,
and also just take in the culture, how big it's grown. Some things you might not like, some things you may like. To kind of just get an overall view of how the culture is and how it's going, and actually the culture for that area too. Because every sneaker con is different because of what's available to offer. What people can come out to. Like, to me, I feel like New York sneaker con was everybody was almost, even though New York has a lot of Yeezys they can sell, it was still diverse in what people were wearing.
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale was more low top runners
and a lot of Space Jams.
And Cleveland,
a lot of Space Jams.
Cleveland was more signature shoe based. You know what I'm saying, like a LeBron or Jordans or Kyrie's.
I didn't see that many LeBrons. I thought
Kyrie's. I didn't see that many. That's because Yeezys have taken over. I mean,
Adidas period is if you look at people's foot game. When I was out in Phoenix, there were more people wearing Adidas than Nike or Jordan in the building out there.
I believe that.
So, one more thing. If you're in the Bay Area SneakerCon, do come by and say what's up.
Yeah, come by the table.
And also when you're looking around, don't take the price that they're asking. Negotiate with them.
Yeah, never.
Tell them you've seen them at another table for a little bit. Just you always want to try to get it to the lowest price. Have in your mind what price you want to spend for them and try to get them down to that, because all of the shoes there are overpriced.
Oh yeah, don't go expecting a deal.
I totally agree with Jumpman, because when I was buying my white and navy LeBron 3s from a guy and Francis was there, I said the Jumpman Pro Quicks, the first ones, the Eddie Jones, was like, well, how much you want for those? I was like, how much if I get both? He only took $5 off. I was like, I'm the only person in this building, except for JumpmanBostic's hologram, that want these shoes, that want these shoes right here. And you telling me, it's so crazy. He was there, and then I hit him up 2 days ago. I was like, hey, you still got them shoes? I sent him a picture of them. He was like, yeah. I was like, I remember I bought these from you too, to set the tone. I was like, the picture in the tag still said $175. I said, I just to kind of test the climate. I said, how much you want those Pro Quicks for? He was like, $200. I said, bro, the picture I just sent you, the tag said $175. It's just man.
I wanted to hit that dude.
It's exactly like this is a nostalgia shit. I can see if it was a Yeezy.
He hit him in the neck.
Yeah, man.
No, listen.
Man, I heard that.
If it was a Yeezy, I can understand because it's a high demand shoe. But it's a Jordan Pro Quick and 11.5. And I'm the only one wanting it. I'm wanting to buy it right there now. You gonna take $5 off?
No, you weren't there, JB. Guru walked over to me.
He got violent.
Yeah, no, because he came over to me and he was like, "Yo, whatever," because he was eyeballing these, and the ATM was like tapped for whatever reason. So I was like, "Yo, I got you some cash." So I went over there, and the dude wanted, I forgot how much.
I just had $285 for the LeBrons and then $175.
All right, yeah. So it was $175. I gave you a bunch of 20s.
Yeah.
And the dude was like, "I don't have change. I'll knock the 15 off it later." I'm like, "This sounds like you're about to take $15 less because you're about to take what I'm about to give you." And he was like, "Nah." And I was telling you, I was like, "Go ahead, take the other shoe. If he bundles it, I got you more cash."
My thing is the LeBron he bought, he didn't resell it. He didn't buy it off a resale. He got it when it originally came out. The shoe was $140. You selling it for $285. So if you give it to me for what? $270, you're still winning, and then you was gonna take $5 off the Pro Quick.
Man,
No, I don't think Eddie Jones even want him because he got shipped out of LA because Kobe was blowing up. So I don't think he even want him. So like, how could you?
It was a long day up to that point, and
Yeah.
You know what? That was Guru's deal, so I walked away.
Sock
with
him
it.
in the neck.
You know, and I told Guru, I was like, "Look, if you need more, hit me up. I'm about to walk away because I can't stand this dude."
All
right
I
now.
know is every time we come back from a sneaker con, there's always some type of story to tell. So that's what I'm looking forward to. What type
Just
of,
try to get them down to the lowest
Yeah.
price you can. And
Those people are there to sell.
you know what?
And
Take it
remind
all
them they
in.
don't want to take that stuff home.
Oh, I saw another one too before I let you go. Man, this same table, I got a picture of it in my phone. The Zoom Generations, the black
show's
ones
only 2 hours,
and the
Guru.
wheat. I know it's gonna take about 2 hours to lace up them 15s too. Just keep lacing. Just keep. All right. So the picture in New York said $500. Right. I get to. He was in the sneaker con in Cleveland. So all the sneaker cons we've been to, this guy's been there. I said, bro, it's been almost 6 months. You ain't sold this shoe, and you still want $500 for it? Yeah, man. It's the first LeBron shoe. I said, bro, but what's the demand for? Do you know the demand for it? No, but I figure I'll find out eventually.
Julian.
I said, get me out of here. If I could just have like a magic carpet from Aladdin just to come get me and pick me up right in there, I was like, I gotta get it.
What's is there something you're heading out looking for specifically, or are you just heading out just to head out?
Well, I'm just going to. I'm like a LeBron guy, so I'm looking for like LeBron 7 through 10, preferably. But I'm also open to finding something new.
Guru just said.
I think for it to be in the Bay Area for the Golden State and Cavalier rivalry they got going, it might be a little difficult. But don't be surprised, or if you do. That shoe is really not really sought after in that area because of that rivalry. You could put yourself in a position to actually get some of those shoes for a good deal. So,
No, just take it all in though. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I called in a few months ago with about like a college marketing project for like sneaker diet, and your guys' shout out helped quite a bit. So I thank you guys for that. I appreciate it.
Sure. We shout you out again there. Hey, everybody check out Sneaker Diet. Now I think I remember this when you take pictures of your shoes and the food you're eating.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I remember that. Shout out to you.
Yeah,
Everybody.
thanks. I appreciate it. And
all right, no problem, man. Take care.
Yep. See.
Yeah. Bye.
Everybody check out Sneaker Diet on Instagram.
You came for me. You thought I wasn't ready too.
I know. I wasn't ready. But no, I know who is ready. White Ranger with this commercial. If you want to make sure your shoes look just as fresh as when they came out the box, practice safe stunting and go to crepprotect.com and get your shoes some protection.
This is the real Ray Ray 20, and you're listening to the Sneaker Box podcast on Sneaker Bar Detroit.
All right. I want to get through a couple things before the end of the show. One of them, Complex came out with their list of the top or the number one colorways for each Air Jordan shoe, and I just thought this would be so perfect for Jumpman.
I feel like at the end of this list, I'm gonna feel like Wale how he felt about Complex list.
Yeah. All right, so let's just start with the number. Let's start with the Air Jordan 1. So Complex, SoleCollector. Well, it might as well be Complex, right? SoleCollector said that the Air Jordan 1 band was the number one shoe. Jumpman said Chicago. Matter of fact, can we do this before I even get to it?
I'm saying my favorite.
No, your favorite. I know. Yeah. What I want to do is though, like Francis, you keeping track of the YouTube. I want all our YouTube listeners that are listening right now. Like I want to see a vote. I want to see who got the best, who got the most picks that everybody agrees with.
That's a coin toss. You can't really go wrong.
No, I know. It's gonna be interesting the way we go down this list.
Yeah, I feel. But
just kind of keep track of everybody, see who they agree with more. So if you agree with SoleCollector, just put SC. If you agree with JB, just put JB. So for the Air Jordan 1, SoleCollector picked Band, Jumpman picked Chicago. Actually, I think I might go with Jumpman on this. I think I like the Chicago's more.
The Band is not. It's not really
the Band shoe.
I mean, yeah.
I like the look.
I still like it though.
No,
I got mine yesterday. So
I like it, but I like the Chicago better because of that. The black laces and the whole red and black and white. Yeah. Man, that was clean.
I mean, I love both.
That was the one shoe I could not wait for them to retro. That's why I was so upset when all that fuckery happened when they released.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What happened?
Everything's coming in so fast.
Oh, wow. So we got, for the Air Jordan 2, they agree. They both went with the Chicago Air Jordan 2. I think you can't go wrong. Now, I do notice the distinction between the Air Jordan 2 Chicago.
And what else do they call it now?
Huh?
What else do they call it?
The white and red
Chicago too?
Yeah.
The cherries, or what do they call them now?
What you got to say, playoff?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Boy, did he even play that?
He didn't even go to the playoffs.
Yeah. He got hurt.
But you say that to a youngster, they will fight you to the ground.
You can go on the lottery pick twos. But there's two white and red and black Jordan 2s. There's the one with the tab where it says Nike is red, and then there's another one where that tab is black.
We mean the original one.
The OGs, right?
Black.
So for number 3,
I actually like the Mellows too, though. The Mellow 2s were nice.
I'm over those. I'm glad I didn't buy those.
The Mellow 2s were very nice.
They did not age well. The Air Jordan 3, y'all both agree, got the black cement. Black cement Air Jordan 3. Yeah, that was obvious. Air Jordan 4, y'all both agree. The black cement.
Give me a job. Give me a job. No.
Number 5. Hey, here we go.
Uh-oh.
Air Jordan 5, SoleCollector picked the Grape 5s.
What?
Jumpman picked the black metallic.
With the white laces. No. Yeah.
I would definitely say the black metallics, and even after that, like a 1A would be the fire reds.
You know, now that I think about it, the 4s, I'm gonna have to go with the red joints. Now that I think about it, the 4s,
the Toro.
Yes, those probably.
I feel like that was the best non-OG color.
Well, they just saying the best colorways, point blank, period.
So you like the Toro, the all red, the
yes,
Toro.
Those are so beautiful.
Okay, yeah, they are dope.
Yeah. Let me see, number 5. So they got the Grape 5s for SoleCollector. Jumpman went with the black metallic. If I had to think about the 5s, I'm gonna have to say the white, black, and red ones, the OGs.
Okay.
Yeah, those would probably be my favorites. With the Nike Air in the back.
The fire
red joints.
Fire red. Okay.
Yeah. No? What was yours, be?
I don't have a favorite pair of 5. Well, black grapes.
The black grapes?
Black grapes.
I just don't like that suede on there because they just look ashy on some pairs. Number 6, y'all both got the same shoe, the black infrared.
A spectacular move.
Which year, though?
That's a good question. That's an OG.
Oh, the OG.
Okay, I'm saying OG.
91. A spectacular move.
I looked at Jumpman like
spectacular move.
Number 7, what's up?
I think wasn't the 01 pair that was like the best retro pair that was closest to the OGs?
Yes.
Yeah. That's got a great memory.
But it didn't have 3M on them though.
Yeah, no, that's a great memory though.
Air Jordan 7, SoleCollector went with the hair. Jumpman went with the Bordeaux. I'm gonna go with SoleCollector on these ones.
No,
I like the hair. I like the hair. Ooh, no, I like the Olympics. Take that back. Olympics, the best ones to me.
The French blues are nice.
That's
too,
why
though.
I love this. There's so many different variations.
But if this was if we were current sneakerheads, it'd be like same shoe.
Yeah.
Same shoe.
Going back to the 2s though, I'm gonna have to say the K54s. No, I'm going back to the 2s. Them boys, white and gold, man. That cream and gold. They wasn't even white. It was cream.
I think I definitely got to.
I mean, a list would change if I did it 100 times. It'll
probably. Yeah, I agree with you.
I would change.
So once again, SoleCollector picked the Hair 7s. Jumpman picked the Bordeaux. The Air Jordan 8, Jumpman's favorite Jordan. SoleCollector went with Aqua, and Jumpman went with Playoff.
I could see why they went with Aqua. From
I could
the
see why they went with
All-Star
Aqua,
game
too.
to like Kanye wearing them. They just kind of
But then you look at the playoff 8. That was MJ's greatest playoff season.
But them Aquas was so
Yeah,
cold,
I
bro.
actually like the Bugs Bunnies, the original, the white and black ones. I think that would be
people would
my.
just sleep on the Aquas. Like,
That's what I think that'd be my favorite pair.
I think it was
Aquas are
Aquas.
dope though. That
Yeah, I love
color
Aquas.
is color is sweet.
For the Air Jordan 9, man, this is crazy. So Air Jordan 9, SoleCollector went with charcoal, and that's the black and gray joints.
That's the black and red and gray. Yeah, charcoal.
Man, what? The Jumpman went with the Chicago.
Chicago, the white.
Not the Space Jam?
That's the one I was looking at.
I know, I'm messing with him. I was going to say the olive joints.
I would
Those
say
are my
the olive,
favorite.
but I would have to say, as somebody who owned these, the cool grays, the cool gray 9s.
Yes, sir. Yes,
They
I forgot about
actually
those.
gave the cool gray 11s a run for their money.
They did.
That
They
cool
did
gray
the first go round, the second go round, but I think that's only because people missed out on the 11s, so they went up to the 9s.
But the cool gray 9s were really, I
Yeah.
have to put them right there.
But I still have to go with the olive joints. Them boys so cold.
Yeah, they underrated too.
Yes.
I don't know. I just I was thinking about my 9s and my toe box. The toe box from the grade school and the men's is different. So see how he for the Royal Fours that just dropped. He upgraded. So the 4s actually have the tooth on them. They used to didn't, but now they have the tooth on them as far as the men's. If he changes the toe box on the retro 9s the same as the men's for the grade school, then I'll have a say so on that. But my cool gray 9s, nah.
Nah. Number 10, SoleCollector went with the Chicago Air Jordan 10s. Jumpman went with the Steel 10s.
Yeah,
Yep.
look at JB over
I have to agree with you on that. Even though I have to say, I feel like the Bobcats do not get enough love. I think that's like one of the most.
But I should
underrated
think, the colorways we stating though, with nothing against the Bobcats, those have stood the test of time. They had they kind of breathed.
No, I agree with you. I'm just looking at it like strictly by colorway because the Bobcats actually like the 10s are by far my least favorite of the Air Jordans.
I mean, I could go with the
they so
linen.
basic.
I could go with the Paris or the purple rain.
I actually like the red and gray ones, the white red and grays. I like those.
The Buckeye colors.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, I like those.
He said he can't do it. The 11s. Ooh, it's gonna get interesting. Okay, so they both got the same shoe. They got the Concord 11s. I have to agree.
Yeah,
the Concord is about far.
Boys the men.
Number 12. All right, so SoleCollector picked the playoff 12s, and Jumpman picked the taxi 12s.
I have to
go with the playoffs.
Yeah, I like the playoffs. I had those going to 6th grade, and when I bought them, when they registered them, it was like 2012, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had to go out bought the NBA socks, the crew ones that sit right above the top of the shoe, just like he had. Like
this is where I think SoleCollector like is. I don't know what they were smoking on this one. For the Air Jordan 13, they picked the black and red.
Can't get mad at that.
Man, come on now, you got the Flint grays and you got the playoffs. Jumpman picked the playoffs.
Well,
You got the altitudes. Are we
Thank
doing
you.
OG colorways?
No, all colorways.
Altitudes.
No, there's like a million different colorways better than black and red. Not saying the black and reds are bad, but that was your favorite.
The black and red, yes, with the 3M he wore them against the Hornets and the Pacers. I love those.
The blue or gray joints were far.
I remember more so with Robert Trailer when he went to Michigan. He had on the Flint 13s.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I kind of remember those being associated
with. The playoff joints?
The playoffs where he wore them in the All-Star game, right?
Yes.
So
I still got that.
Yes.
I got that cut. I got that magazine,
Yeah.
Slam magazine. Jordan just sitting there, the one leg hanging. Man.
Yeah, but I just told people too when I was talking to a guy today. I was like, I'm in the process of buying jerseys, and I'm about to buy this Grant Hill Nike jersey, the authentic one for '97. He had wore the Fila the 3s or the 4s.
Mm-hmm.
I won't wear that jersey until I find those feelers to go with that jersey. Because I'm the type of person, if I wear a 91 Jordan...
I'm with you on that.
If I wear a 91 Jordan jersey, I'm not wearing no 4s because he ain't wearing no 4s in 91. I'm wearing the 90s. It's like that same thing I'm doing.
Hey, real talk though?
Yes.
Real talk though? I'm about to show my age because like I remember being a kid, like in high school in particular, rushing to like CVS or wherever to go get the Slam magazine because they had the upcoming shoes in the back of the magazine.
Yep.
Dude, man.
Sneakerhead moment. Weird.
Dog.
This our new name.
Just think of how old I am.
Sneaker enthusiast.
Where they sent out the calendar for the month with the shoes.
Or I'm not as old as JB, but a little bit younger. when the Jordan used to send out the holiday lookbook.
Yep.
Yes.
But see, and not a flashback to what we was talking about earlier about selling the collections. That's why I don't want to let mine. I won't sell it because each year we can sit down and have this conversation about just like they're doing with this. Name your top ones,
right?
And to have those and then pull them out in a situational conversation where you can just actually have a shoe and show the shoe and stuff like that and have a conversation about it.
I agree with you 100%. The 14s, man, this is so the 14s they picked the Indiglo. Not a bad shoe, but not the best 14.
Man, there's only one shoe in the 14 that's in the
last shots.
Thank you. Yep, Jumpman picked the last shot.
Well, I will say in defense of the Indigos, I wanted them once I saw Reggie Miller wearing them.
Yeah,
I mean it's dope.
But I like the black toes more than I like the Indiglo. The black toes are
14s are my second favorite model behind the 8s.
The last shots was.
I forgot about the Ferraris. The Ferraris out there too.
Was dope.
The Ferraris, man.
But I don't know the white and red ones were dope too.
Oh yeah, the cherries. But I like the black toes. And I was gonna pass on them.
Yeah, I had the forest green, so I had the forest green. So
man, there's so many 14. Nah, dang, got me thinking about it. I'm about to go on eBay after the show. Oh yeah, them man.
Ooh.
You ain't got those?
Couldn't grab them. They didn't release.
Somebody shoot that shot with MJ and get her those Lenny Low 14s.
What was it? 2001 release?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in high school when those dropped.
I wasn't even thinking about shoes.
Let me see.
I'm really gonna crack them in the head with this one.
Yeah, Air Jordan. I see what you got. The Air Jordan 15. SoleCollector went with Stealth. Jumpman went with the Bucks Ray Allen PE. That doesn't count. It's a PE.
It released in the stores. So
did it?
I got mine from the Nike outlet.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I just thought you had that hookup because you Jumpman-Bostic.
What?
I still got the tag on the box. $29.99. I wish I should have bought all of them.
I'm gonna have to side with SoleCollector on these because I don't even feel like
I think the Stealth ones.
One colorway.
And I remember
the 15s
I like the Ray Allen. Reggie Miller wore them too with the
yellow stripe. Yeah. For the Air Jordan 16. SoleCollector went with the black and red. Jumpman went with the cherry wood.
I would have to say cherry woods tied with them gingers, man.
No,
them cherry woods go hard, bro.
Let me tell you, they so different when they on foot.
No,
so
yeah, she got so much love down in Florida.
I was gonna say because I forgot about it until she wore them in Miami. And I was like, oh my god.
And then the reverse shroud.
Man, you like reverse shroud? Like,
who gave her that idea?
Oh my god!
She had the other ones on. I was like, put them cherry woods on. You gonna reel them in with that. But I like I said, I love
the guru.
But I say for me seeing him in the Palace pregame playing the Pistons and he had them on.
Yep.
And in the second half he took the shroud off.
Yep.
That's why I love the 16.
I got a picture of that.
Yeah.
A live picture.
Yeah, that's I thank God for the memory that I have. Is just remember the stuff like that. Go ahead.
All right, Francis, how we looking over there?
I'm just counting SCs and JBs. There's other conversations going on, but
okay. Remember
they holding their own too.
You said their own podcast.
I'm telling you, that's how it is, man.
I love it.
The sneaker coach ain't going nowhere, man. Just need to kick the fools out.
I'm just counting SCs and JBs. That's it.
For the Air Jordan 17, SoleCollector picked the college blue, and guess what? Jumpman agreed.
Come on now.
Yeah,
I mean, really. But I will say the 17s that came in the countdown pack was hard though. I got those joints.
Or the Lightning Boys.
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
For the 18s, SoleCollector picked the Black Sport Royal. Jumpman picked the Sport Royal. So I guess he going with the white ones.
No.
The black ones.
Yeah.
Okay. So y'all agree. The Air Jordan 19. Oh man, I remember these. SoleCollector went with the Flint Grays, and I hated those. Jumpman went with the black varsity red.
I like the black varsity red.
Yeah, that was the only colorway I liked.
The SCs, though, I will say I like the Olympic ones and the Laker color ones.
The Olympic ones weren't bad. I'll give you that.
And the Laker color ones. Actually, the white, navy, red, white, navy, blue, and red ones were dope, too, 16. I mean, 19s.
What did they go with on these?
On the 19s, the Flint Gray.
And this is like the first time Jordan Brand started doing the regional packs, too.
Yeah.
The regional releases.
Right.
Yeah, regional releases.
For the 20s, SoleCollector went with the Stealth, and Jordan went with the Midwest white and red.
Yeah.
The Midwest white and red.
That's with the red strap, right? Around the ankle?
No, that's the one that Jason Kidd wore.
We had the black toe.
The red toe.
No, that's the 19s. We talking about the 20s.
Oh, my bad. The Midwest. Yeah, that's the one with the suede.
Yeah, the red
suede toe.
Yeah, I'm about to go with SoleCollector on these.
I'm fine. Yeah,
And they went what?
They went with the stealth.
But I also like the white with the black patent leather toe too.
Yes, that's the one I was
Yes,
thinking about.
yes,
That's what I thought you was talking about. For the 21s, I don't think there's any question, man.
Oh, yeah.
Toro joints, man. The red suede.
And Bentley boy.
Yeah.
The gray Bentley was nice too.
They both agree on those. The white, black, and red ones was dope too.
Nah, that was the least favorite. I think if you was rank them, you could say the
The
reds,
first colorway?
The reds. I like the gray and blues were nice too though. The gray and blue 21.
I ain't like the gray and blues. The 22s, SoleCollector went with the black joints.
I could sleep on these.
And I'm about to go into a coma
The
myself.
Barden joints.
SoleCollector went with black, and Jumpman went with the basketball joints.
The
And I
basketball
hated those.
joints, I hated the basketball.
I hated those. I was like, why? I could not stand. That was just like
They could have made that. They could have made that a Friendly and Friends pack with a basketball.
Exactly.
I could have missed out on that
Don't tell you, man. They could have kept that at home. Oh, that should have been on the scrap room floor.
Yes.
Man, I was so mad at Jordan Brand dropping.
I was like, that's what. Wasn't it an All-Star game colorway?
I think so. I'm already seeing them like, man, if I catch one person wearing these. The 23s.
I know what they went with. The titanium.
Yep, titanium.
I knew they did.
Which ones?
I can't even remember what the 23s look like. Somebody pull that up for me real quick.
The 23s were. That was one of the last Jordan where almost every color was dope.
Oh, yes. Yes. Those are dope. That was probably the last sweet Jordan.
The Wizards color was dope.
Every colorway was on there. It was hard.
Yeah.
The finale.
Titanium and Jordan went with the finale. What was that? What's that colorway look like?
The finale. That's black and red. That's the finale.
The white, black, and red was my least favorite colorway, but the Wizards colorway, it was a Motorsports, aka the Wizards colorway was dope.
Yeah.
The white and red,
the black ones,
and
stealth joints.
Yeah.
You see that, JB?
I'm gonna have to go with JB.
And that shoe was the first
like
Jordan made with like non-harmful environmental materials too.
Yeah. For the 2009, where they went to the stupid year.
That's the ones with the little platform on it, look like like on my grandma flats.
Yeah.
I'll say I rarely
the
even wore
Jumpman
those.
wedges. You got the black varsity red. Jumpman went with the black varsity red.
Yeah.
2010, they
That's
went
on
with the
D-Waves,
black
right?
varsity red. Yep.
The D-Waves was dope.
And yeah, that's what Jumpman did. So they agreed on the last two.
Now, see, I was gonna put out the sample that I have,
Ooh.
but I wasn't gonna do that.
That stupid window. That was so done to me.
No, but you know why that came about, right?
Because Jordan could see through his opponents.
No,
that's what I read.
No, he had a drink, and it had some ice in it. He was at a bar,
all right,
and he set it down on a napkin. Mm-hmm. And he picked it up. The napkin was stuck to the glass. Mm-hmm. He took the napkin off, and it was a ring around the napkin. He said, "I want the shoe like this with the ring where you can see through it." That's where
that's probably what it.
That was after one drink.
I know.
No, probably after a couple.
Yeah.
And I guarantee it wasn't Gatorade.
Yeah, but I think, but when the press release I read was that Tinker Hatfield said, well, that's probably how they tied it together, that Jordan could see through his opponents, and that's what.
Listen, part of me wishes I never heard that story. Kenneth, hold on to
and
the
his
line.
eyes to this day are still bloodshot red.
I know.
Like, bro,
he doesn't get sleep at all. Hold on to the line.
And
Kenneth,
my uncle had
finish.
eyes like that. He drunk Heinekens like they were smart waters.
Let's get to this list. For the 26s or 2011, we got the SoleCollector one with the white and black. Jumpman went with the dark charcoal. To 2012.
All black boys.
2012, they went with the Wolf Gray and Vote. I don't even know what these shoes look like anymore.
2012.
Jumpman went with the white, black, and varsity red. I couldn't stand those shoes.
Those shoes,
You
nah.
can change
stand those.
the insole.
Yeah, the insole.
of them for
I couldn't
either a
stand
big
those
man
either.
or a guard.
Okay.
The 28s, I love these shoes. The Air Jordan 28s, SoleCollector went with the electric green. Jumpman went with the red camo. I had to roll with SoleCollector on that one.
Red
With
camo was
SoleCollector,
cold,
man. I had to roll with them
Yeah,
on
you
this
got
one.
me with the 29s. Though.
The 29s.
You're a hater.
SoleCollector, I think they might have some on this one. 29s, they went with the photo reel.
Oh, that was the.
That was hard. I'm sorry. That was hard, y'all.
I like the All-Star game. What was the year the GOAT ones with that little mural water-looking effect with the clear sole?
I can't remember. You have to pull that
some ones
up. The 29s, Jumpman went with the black, white, and gem red. For the 30s, they went with the Cosmos. That SoleCollector went with the Cosmos.
Ooh,
Jumpman went with the Anthracite.
The Cosmos is cold.
Yeah, they were.
Oh, boy.
They had me thinking about getting those for a hot second. And then for the 31s, y'all agree I went with both with the band. I have to disagree. I think those white, black, and red ones, the Chicago joints, was the best. But anyway.
Shout out to Souls Inc.
Yeah.
For the
YouTube,
black
let us
and
know
red
what you think. You were signing with SoleCollector, you signed with JB. And while y'all thinking about it, let's get to Kenneth from Charleston, South Carolina.
That was dope.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up?
What's up?
Yeah, I wanted to speak on what y'all was talking about earlier with the kids and the culture. Pretty much not having the history behind the shoes that they're picking up. At the end of the day, that actually brought up a good debate between me and my wife that lasted, and I couldn't hear anything else y'all were talking about because I was debating with my wife about this. But
is she in the sneakers
she
too?
brought up a good point. Yes,
Okay.
she is. But she brought up a real good point. She said, without these kids, Jordan Brand wouldn't, or Nike wouldn't be retroing these shoes to begin with. Because we've had our chance at some point in time during the first couple of retros. So without these kids to push that market, there wouldn't be these retros to begin with. And then two, they don't care at the end of the day. They don't really care about the history or the nostalgia behind the shoes. They just like the shoes. And for the YouTuber kids that are out there, you giving them this information, knowing they don't care, now is giving them more ammo to brag and boast. Now, I agreed with my wife to some extent when she said that, but at the end of the day, the way I'm looking at it, from JumpmanBostic's standpoint, from DJ Clark Kent to a lot of the OGs that are in the game, whenever they do pass down this knowledge, it should be accepted and not just brushed off to the side. And that's why I took cues from them guys and actually did my thing on YouTube as far as trying to push some type of history and story behind why these shoes are important or why these release the way they release. Because these kids, they're not going to search for that. They're not. And they're not going to accept it even if we give it to them. So, it's at the end of the day, it's how would I say it? It is the hype beast culture now.
True that.
I can't say
it's sad. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I can't necessarily disagree with you. I'm just thinking, and maybe I'm thinking too much of myself because I actually, I like reading. I like looking up history and stuff. So, for me, it was nothing to look up information about an ASICS, look up information about a Reebok or a specific shoe, similar to what Guru does. And it's just I like doing that stuff. I like knowing, you know what I'm saying, or I search it out. And you're right, a lot of people aren't trying to search out information unless it's being handed to them. And we live in an age now where people don't even read the articles. They read the headline and assume they know what it's about and comment on it and end up looking like idiots. And so, you're right.
Yep.
Maybe I'll just...
Yeah, I got... No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I got two more things before I get off. Salute to JumpmanBostic. We love everything you do in this household. I watch all your videos whenever you post, man. It's love and it's appreciated, and I read every post that you put up on Instagram, whether I like it or not. It's more than inspiration, and I took those cues and I try to apply the same thing. And
thank you, appreciate it.
Caesar.
Yeah.
You cannot wear no more large shoes with bright colors. It's going to stop traffic and it's going to hurt some people.
Somebody's paying attention to our Instagram.
Always, man. Y'all stay up, man. Bless up.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate, man, that feedback. I was going to get to the story about Foot Locker, but I think we're running out of some time. But it was crazy, though, because Foot Locker, basically, the gist, Foot Locker, I guess somebody accused them of backdooring some shoes.
What?
Turns out that it may or may not have been false. At least in that particular case, it may or may not have been true.
You want to see this vibe posted?
Yeah, I feel like now, I feel like I'm out of something. I know it's about me.
Oh, man.
I mean, what was it, Snapchat?
Because you have been
I saw the caption.
You have been lacing them shoes for the past 40 minutes.
Man, I stopped for a minute.
Anyway, took a break.
Y'all suck.
Sweating, lacing them up.
But that carpal tunnel.
We'll get to that story.
You want to get you some mags next time, huh?
Right, there's auto lace. We'll get to that story on the next show. We won't be doing the show next week because of Easter. We actually want to spend time with our families. And whatnot. Some of us are religious. Other people just want to eat some food. Either way, we will be.
I like food.
Yes, we will. I'll be in Tennessee. But in any event, let's get to these release dates. Brought to you by Sneaker Bar Detroit, the #1 source of sneaker news and release dates. Wednesday, April 12th, you have the Nike Kobe AD DeRozan PE, or known as the City of Compton joints. Thursday, April 13th, you have the Puma Clyde Sock New York City pack. you have the Nike Air Max 97 OG Silver Bullet. As a matter of fact, you got the Silver Bullet theme coming on all these neck shoes. You got the Nike Women's Air Max Plus.
95, nice on them 95s.
Yes. And the jewels. Silver Bullet, Nike Air Max Zero Silver Bullet, Nike Air Max 95 Silver Bullet, Nike Women's Air Max Jewel Silver Bullet, and then you have the Nike Air Zoom Spiridon Light Ash and the Jordan Fly 89 Black and White, but that is a European release only so far. Friday, April 14th, you have the Nike PG1 Black Ice, the Air Jordan 31 Low Black Sheen. You have the global release of the Commonwealth Special Edition Asics Gel Light 5 Couture. And you have the Nike LeBron 14 Ribic Road. They finally dropping that shoe. They've been teasing it for like the last 3 months.
They kind of dropped the ball of releasing these players' shoes so late into the season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, what? It's about to be the playoffs, and this may be the 4th LeBron you drop, maybe the 4th Kyrie. Paul George's shoe only been out for a month and a half. He got as mean colorways as Kyrie and LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I just think that was unfair because I've been in the habit of buying, okay, I'm about to buy LeBron so I can wear these in the game of the season. Okay, let me get these Christmas LeBrons the day after Christmas. It took us away from it. I guess they was chasing our hype beast with what Adidas got going on. Just stay true to what you have. You know what I'm saying? But
right. Saturday, April 15th, you have the Air Jordan Retro 11 Low UNC, the Air Jordan 31 Low Oreo, the Nike Air More Up Tempo Triple Black. Those are the shoes I want, and the Nike Kyrie 3 University Red. Monday, April 17th, you have the Adidas Tubular Nova Prime Knit Maroon Clear Gray, the Adidas Ultra Boost Uncaged Clear Gray, and then you also have the Nike Air Penny 4 True Red. Those things go hard. Thursday, April 20th, you have the Nike Air Max 97 OG Metallic Gold. That is a European release only. Stateside release has yet to be scheduled. You also have the Nike Air Foamposite Copper. You have the Adidas and Nike Runner Boost Pride of the 70s. You also have the White Pearl Gray, the Solid Gray Turbo Red, Haze Coral, and then you have a women's colorway of the Clear Onyx and Solar Yellow. And then you also have the Nike SB Dunk Low 420. We all know what that's about. And I'm going to let you guess what colorway that is. Saturday, April 22nd, you have the Air Jordan Retro 11 Low GS Blue Moon. Those go hard. I'm kind of jealous that those are a GS release. Yeah. You getting those?
Yeah, I'm going to pick them up.
You also have the Air Jordan Retro 5 Take Flight Triple White. They could have saved those. And then you have the A Few Special Edition Diodora V7000 Highly Addictive. There's still no official release dates for the Distinct Life Special Edition New Balance 998 Detroiters, the Adidas Pure Boost DPR, the Adidas Futurecraft 4D. Kith has another special collab coming out with the Adidas A16 Plus Ultra Boost Vapor Pink. You have the Nike Air Max 1 Jewel Swoosh, the Nike Air Foamposite 1 Invisibility Cloak. I don't know what colorway that's going to be. You also have the Supreme Up-Tempo Pack, the Air Jordan Retro 5 Blue Suede, and then I don't know if anybody's seen the pictures of the Off-White Special Edition Air Jordan 1, but I hope to God they don't come out. They look horrible. Hot garbage.
Hot. They bastardized the Air Force One. Now they did it to the Jordan.
Man, there are also a number of shoes releasing overseas with no set release date for here in the States, such as the Adidas Tubular. Is that 10 or is it X? I still never got confirmation from anybody on that.
Let's go with X.
Okay, Adidas Tubular X Uncaged Camo Pack and the Nike Air Flight Huarache Ultra. Why they bastardized the Huaraches, I don't know. But stay tuned. Stay tuned to Sneaker Bar Detroit.
It's pronounced Gordon.
God damn it. Stay tuned to SneakerBarDetroit.com for more sneaker news and release dates. And it is time for my favorite part of the show.
I'm going to miss y'all next week. That's all I'm saying.
MJ said she missed you too.
I'm going to be dressed up like a little bunny rabbit, bouncing around the house for something special.
Send pics?
Oh, no.
No.
Definitely not.
Turn the group chat off.
You know what kind of underwear bunny rabbits wear, right? They don't wear any. With that said, thank you.
Too much info, Ranger.
Listen.
These are the Sneaker Box Podcast Lady Sneakerheads of the Week, brought to you by Dee Dee Negron and her Kick It With Dee Dee 365 project. If I were looking for that, where might I find that?
On Instagram.
Happy belated birthday.
Yeah, she just turned, 25?
25? I would have guessed a day over 19. And I'm going to be in New York tomorrow, so hopefully Didi and I are going to connect. And when I say connect, I mean have a cocktail or something. So, the lady sneakerheads, I gotta give a shout to Crazy Al. And I'm assuming that's Allie or Allison or not Albert or Alfred or...
Yeah, I just stuck that one in on you.
Thanks. Yeah.
There you go.
Just a little gender check there. Thank you. Gotta give a little love. Of course, who doesn't love? Jamie loves sneakers. I know we all do.
We love Jamie.
And we do. And let's see, of course, 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. There it is. Sneaker Girl 4. Gotta send her a little love. Not to be confused with our own Sneaker Girl, because there is no other. Gotta give a shout to Lazy Lace. Oh, I'll help you out. I'll help you tie it up tight.
You need to help us them over there while you're playing.
I knew somebody was going to say that.
Francia T. I know where I'm going with that one. Curly Pops. I think I shaved my curly pops off, so I'm doing good. That's the ones up top, just so you know. Up here. Never mind.
I'm confused.
Yeah. And last but not least, I got to give a little love to Nini Dokovic, or Dokovic. And with that said, those are this week's Sneakerbox Podcast Lady Sneakerheads of the Week, brought to you by Didi Negron and her Kick It With Didi 365 project, found, of course, on Instagram. I wish everyone a very happy Easter. I will be, as I said, hopping around in my bunny suit. And no, there will not be pictures.
Oh, thank God.
And hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful Easter yourselves. I'm out.
Yes, sir. Oh man, okay. Once again, we will not be here next week because of Easter. We will be back the following weekend, and then the weekend after that, we will be in Santa Clara for SneakerCon, the Bay Area. However, if you miss us that much, we got like 122 older episodes you guys can go back and listen to. Actually, I was kind of thinking about doing like a best of episode, like just kind of taking like the best parts of starting from one, and be interested in hear, ourselves 100 and something episodes ago. But anyway, you can go to sneakerbardetroit.com. The entire catalog of all of our podcasts are there. Just go to sneakerbardetroit.com and go to the podcast page and just search from 1 to 123.
Surprised Suge Knight, you ain't gonna have us recording on Saturday or Friday or Tuesday. You want to record again. Let's record again. Like, oh, we recorded 5 episodes.
I could do it like Joe Jackson, like do it like Michael. But no.
I take this to Jordan Encyclopedia. So like Gator off Jungle Fever. You know how to do it.
I should give that book away. Like, hey, it's the first caller. But anyway, so that's that. Let's get to some of these shout outs. Shout out to my homeboy, brother from another mother, Mike Rich. Cannot wait for SneakerCon Atlanta, man. That's going to be live. Also, shout out to my other brothers in New York, Sean Paper Chaser Williams and D Wells from OSD Live. Check out the past and present episodes on iTunes and Android podcast apps. Remember to check out our sister show, the Monday Mid-So, tomorrow at 8 p.m. on Buckeye City's Soul's YouTube channel. Also, check out the Soul Food Sneaker Show on Wednesday at 8 p.m. on the Sneaker Family's YouTube channel. And I'd like to make an addition, Sneaker Files. They agreed to be one of our sister shows. So tune in for that. I think they posted one yesterday, the most recent episode. So check them out. Follow them on Instagram. But check out Sneaker Files Podcast. Our brothers up north in Canada. Also, shout out to Sneaker Shields. Keep that toe box as crispy as the day you bought it. If the front of your shoe looks like a knuckle on a human finger, you need to go ahead and get yourself one of Sneaker Shields flexible inserts for your sneakers. Sneaker Shields, the best way to keep your kicks crease free. Also, if you live in the Metro Detroit area and you need your sneakers brought back to life, or you got a dope idea for a nice custom for your shoe, go to Michigan's #1 shoe restoration store, Nara Detroit. They're located at 26925 Plymouth Road in Redford, Michigan. And while you're there, check out the shoe wall of gently used to dead stock sneakers. Remember the motto, you may age, but your shoes don't have to. And finally, shout out to our family over there across the pond, Crep Protect, the official partners of the Sneaker Box Podcast. Remember to go to them to clean your shoe, clean and protect your shoes from anything life or nature throws at it, and that includes your hats. Now they got the hat protectant. They teamed up with New Era caps for that. So get the most out of your sneakers and your hats by practicing safe stunting and going to crepprotect.com to get your shoes some protection. You can also follow them on Instagram and Twitter at Crep Protect. And then we gotta leave the show with Jumpman's word of the week.
Yep. Evening word. Don't tell a lie on others, and they won't be forced to tell the truth about you.
Oh, somebody listens to Kendrick.
Yeah.
All right, so that wraps up episode 123. I am African Caesar. That was JB, got Guru, MJ, Francis 313, White Ranger. We'll see you guys in a couple weeks. We love y'all. We out.
Peace.
Sweet kicks, though.
Huh?
Where'd you get them?
Know a guy at Nike?
Shit, I wish I had a pair that nice, but I don't know a guy at Nike.